Yo!
Hell yeah! What is up, motherfuckers, man?
What?
Hey, this week felt weird as fuck, dude. Like getting into this weekend, so I'm really happy to get on the stream, especially since we didn't do it last night. And the last couple of weeks we've been doing it last night.
Yeah, we've been doing them on Fridays.
Whoa, there you go. Yeah. Watch out for that shit, guys. That was super loud, but yeah, it felt weird all week, bro. I don't know.
Super echo. Yeah, man, it's still weighing in.
Oh, I know this fucking quarantine and beaming shit. We are back in this motherfucker though, for another weekend of quarantining and beaming and live streaming with TeamMUJ. Fuck yeah!
What up, y'all?
I gotta go back this corner.
I know you always gotta figure out where you're gonna point, so I'm like,
Yeah,
so I gotta go. You know,
if I'm pointing to the left of the screen, I gotta go right.
I want to point at my shadow box back there. Boom, there. I got to point this way, all weird and shit. But yeah, man. Hey, shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. We will have BstMstr of Carnival Spirits in the motherfucking house.
Hell yeah! Fun all day.
Yeah, man. Some straight up family united, not divided shit. You guys know how it goes around this motherfucker, and that's how it has to be. So we're gonna bring motherfucking BstMstr in here, who's been showing us mad love. Hey, what's up, Pete Malenko? Been showing us mad love in here with the group with Carnival Spirits, man. Since we did this whole comeback shit, Carnival Spirits has looked out for us multiple times, putting us on their website or putting us on their YouTube channel, letting us do the takeovers and shit like that.
Hey, what we do? 2 of them this year?
I think we did 2 or 3 last year.
Oh, last year, yeah.
And then we did
we did
their
Shangri-La thing too, yeah. That Shangri-La project, as you guys know, we did for Carnival Spirits last year, celebrating the 17th anniversary of Ray Shangri-La. Me and G Fresh got in there, told some stories and shit. So I mean, it's really only right that we finally have BstMstr on the motherfucking show. And since we don't do our shows regularly anymore, and this is the way we do them, it just makes it so much easier then too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's dope. We do them. And now that we got this whole StreamYard thing, even once we get all back together in one place.
Do this a couple more times, StreamYard way.
Oh yeah. I mean, do it even when we do our when we're back to our couches and we all get to dap it up and hug it out and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
still do the StreamYard and we can pop a little more.
Where do we finally get to hug each other again?
I think we'll definitely do the weekly web show live like this for a while, even after this whole shit's over.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I like what we can do with it, and this way we'll be able to bring in guests to the show, even if we're just sitting there together. It'll kill any issues that we have like this. You know what I'm saying? Any lag or any of the other sound will just be one spot here, and then we'll just be bringing our people in as guests and shit, which I think would work a lot easier. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
for sure.
Hell yeah. If you guys watched our last couple of live streams, they've been pretty dope. We've been lucky enough to have some big guests on the show and a bunch of our homies. We started off guest wise was Devro, you know what I'm saying? So really don't get any cooler than that, just to be like our first big guest, bring Devro in, and then that same weekend brought DJ Chunk. If you guys haven't saw those videos, they are available here, so go ahead and check them out for sure.
And then we had Webmaster Baker on here. We're talking conspiracies tonight, man.
James Fiend
up in here. Jigsaw Killer be popping up in here. Fidel Castro. All the homies be popping in and out.
It was pretty tight because if you guys missed it, Sunday we did like a WrestleMania type pre-show. We had James Fiend in, and then we had fucking Pogler come in, and Pogler and James Fiend stole the show for like a half hour. That shit was dope.
That was. They were talking about old school punk bands and shit like that. Shit was live, dude.
Hell yeah. Muted all of our mics.
And let them go.
Yeah, that was dope, dude.
I love that shit.
Pogler and James Fiend, you guys are welcome on the weekly web show, or the live stream whenever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? For sure, dude. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah,
maybe we'll even have Poglerito back in here tonight, just a minute.
That'll be the, how we're talking about doing the little thing with adding the peeps on, or that could be there. We're trying to find niches for everybody to talk about something.
Yeah.
That'd have been James Fiend and Poglerito kicking it live right there with the fucking punk rock shit, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, shout out
Scotty Balls.
Hey, Scotty, we gotta have you stream sometime soon, man. So get a hold of us, and if you got some opening on your schedule during all this shit, we'd love to have you on just to chop it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Really, if you guys tuned into our last stream last weekend, we were talking about when we were gonna have BstMstr on here. A lot of the stuff that we wanted to do tonight was kind of like tell stories. So, tell some favorite Juggalo moments. So when we do have BstMstr on here, you best believe we're going to be telling some stories. A bunch of old school. Juggalo shit in the house tonight. So I'm pretty excited about that, man.
Hell yeah.
Talking about oh shit, BstMstr is already chilling backstage. That
Ooh,
is shit. Hell yeah.
My man wants in.
The last couple of weeks, we really hadn't had a lot of things to talk about news wise, but it's a good thing. Our homie Ouija Mac is always holding us down.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
And if y'all
Thanks,
haven't
friend.
checked it out, little homie nephew JB Macaroni snapped on the dance, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna play that up. Actually, I'm gonna play up two things. You know what I'm saying? This week has been really cool. You know what I'm saying? Ouija Mac showed a lot of love. Ouija Mac also let out all the information for the new fucking the new tape, Hell's Hollow tape. Actually, Resistance 2, dropping May 8th. We got the pre-orders in. I don't want to tell my story about my pre-order on air.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't want to tell my story about my pre-order on air. I'll tell it once we get off air, but it's super dope. I have a super cool story for my pre-order. So
yeah, you're welcome, bud.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you, Jiggy Fresh, for that one.
Love you, bro.
For sure, much motherfucking love. We'll tell you guys about that afterwards. But you yourself right now can head over to OuijaMacShop.com and pre-order Hell's Hollow Tape Resistance 2. It's gonna be dope. All kinds of bundles for fresh ass merch. Can't wait to get that shit real soon. Ouija, of course, keeping us up with some music then too, because then he dropped the first single off of it, "Fall Through the Floor," which is a straight fucking banger. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you the guys the "Fall Through the Floor" dance challenge. But this week also, Ouija Mac showed some mad love by shouting out our brother Jiggy Fresh and TeamMUJ.
Hell yeah, dude.
I thought that was fucking super dope, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
Like it went like to a big shout. Like I popped on there, just said, gave him a "What's up, brother?" hashtag TeamMUJ, whatever. And then I was getting ready to get off the live, bro, and I was just like, hold up, what did he say? You can't rewind it, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But yeah, that shit.
I'm gonna drop that on here right now, Jiggy Fresh. Where is that? Okay, right here. Check this out. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this out here, man. Shout out to Ouija Mac, always showing love. You guys know here we talk about it several fucking times. Ouija Mac has showed us some fucking crazy love, whether it was at the gathering or any of the shows that he's that we've met up with him out here. This is pretty dope though, so I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you guys here for a second. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go.
Shout out to Jiggy Fresh, actual certified gutter gang. Jiggy Fresh. That's an actual gutter gang admiral right there. Certified. Salute. Shout out to everybody at Team MUJ. You know I love y'all. Team MUJ is fucking wasteland warrior warlocks.
Hell yeah.
If you aren't sure how to walk to wasteland, take a look at their feet. Some motherfuckers walking. Big shout out to Team MUJ.
What it is, what it is, what it ain't. I watch that video like every day just to hype you up.
Yeah, dude, it's super dope,
yeah.
bro. And I know how you feel, bro. Super geeked out. And then for him to say us is super dope then too, man. We fucking love Ouija Mac. Shout out to Ouija Mac. That is the shit. You guys want to see our feet? They are black and crusty from walking, I guess. Go check out our page. It'll show you how to walk.
I'll show you, but
keeping that love going, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up this other video. I'll have to bring up the shout out from another spot though. But I'm gonna play my son's "Fall Through the Floor" dance challenge video. You guys can find this on the TeamMUJ Instagram, where all of our shit is.
Nephew killed it.
Sure did.
Find that shit.
You need to teach me some of the moves.
Yeah, dude. For my son being, basically all white, he's got some straight rhythm. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this shit real quick. We're gonna be bringing BstMstr on here in a couple minutes.
What up?
Backstage.
Big Will in the building. Danny Boy in the house.
Oh yeah. All right, here goes this. Check this shit.
Yeah.
On the block, wicked block. That's trapped in a stand, folding nothing, holding walk. I'm trapped in a stand, no you not, no you not. Boy, you not the get blocked. That's trapped in the stand. Stubby little fingers, but they still get round that trigger. They can't bigger than me, but they blow you out your shit. But boy smack this hell I'm under their skin like a splinter. Chopper to his liver, now that boy just some chop liver. Then boy think when I
Snap, bro.
Yeah, straight killed it. Yo, shout out Big
like-
Will, shout out Sean Z, Danny Boy, what up though?
Hell yeah, bro. You should have played that last part of the song, like when you cut it off as like, yeah, good part. Big dick, what I get with
Now that was
bro.
filmed at the MUJ studios, correct?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Did you see? Did you see like the look on his face as he was walking off camera? He's like, "Yeah, I just killed that shit."
I
you
killed
know?
that shit. Hell yeah, bro. He's like, all right, cut.
Let me load up this shout out video though, real quick, then, too, just to cap it all off, then, because this is what fucking killed it for my son. Oh, I can bring it up on YouTube. He wants me to get them the plays on YouTube, so let me bring it up on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah,
that
man.
was dope too, man. Like, you know, the homie Jigsaw told us about that one. He was like, "Hey, you just shout out JB Macaroni." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, thank you for grabbing that clip. We were looking it up at the same time, and then you sent it to us, man. Jonas died. He put it right on his fucking Facebook right after that, or on his YouTube right after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you guys real quick.
We just showing mad love.
Yeah, we just showing mad love to the home team. After I play this, I'll stop marking out. We're gonna be ready to bring our homeboy BstMstr in the motherfucker.
It's just a good week, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, check this out there. Here you go. This is Ouija Mac shouting out my son. Super dope. Oh shit.
Watch carefully.
Oh shit.
With special appearance by Gordon Ramsay.
That wasn't
Gordon
supposed to be that.
That one's just
Gordon
coming.
Ramsay
That shit about to be hard as fuck. There's already people practicing with me. I want to give a shout out to
Oh shit.
JB Macaroni, the youngster. He already set that shit off. Shout out to JB Macaroni if you know who that is. Tight. If you don't, learn about it. He's probably going to win the challenge because he's already practicing. He's already on that motherfucker, getting busy, dog. What the fuck are you doing? My TikTok is Ouija Mac, by the way. I suck.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Ask Rosie to get it.
Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck though. Hell yeah, dude. Good old Ouija Smack, man. Showed mad love. My son fucking geeked the fuck out over that shit. Called his cousins and the rest of it. Oh, look who just gave me a shout out. Like how you were talking about how Rosalie was like, oh, I wish Billie Eilish would just talk to me at a show like that. Like, it's great that our kids think that the superstars that we listen to are global, huge superstars. You know what I'm saying?
Rose was like, I showed Rose. She was like, have you met him before? I was like, yeah, we met him a lot. You know, like and I showed her like the pictures we got with him. She's like, how did you do that? How come I can't meet Billie Eilish? I was like, man, it's a little different. It's a little different for sure.
But
it is. It still gets me hyped, like it gets her hyped for Billie Eilish, you know what I'm saying? So like shit like that was dope.
Hell yeah. So man, again, that was our fucking Ouija mark out moment of the fucking show. If we didn't do a show, it wouldn't even be us where we marked out on some Ouija Mac shit though. But one thing I want to talk about too, man, last night was the season finale of the Keegan and the Creep show. And I think me and Jiggy Fresh know what we're doing as soon as quarantine's over.
Yeah. We're drawing each other tattoos, guys.
And if you guys saw the show,
what we're doing.
It's gonna turn out exactly the same way because Jiggy's an artist and I suck at drawing. So Jiggy will have the little fucking stick figure tattoo that says pals, and I'll have this like dope ass fucking like jester clown or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All 3D imaged.
With fucked up fingers.
Looking dope and shit.
I'm just gonna draw you something without hands, bro. Or like fists, because I could draw a
fist. Because fuck those hands, right?
Fuck fingers, bro.
That's right, dude.
You can never draw fingers. All the
I don't
fingers
know.
come out
Shangri-La is a good milestone for you both. Get the different rates, the 2 different rates.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
We get the biohazard Ouija, bro.
I just want Jiggy to draw my tattoo. It'll feel much better. It'll feel more friendly if Jiggy draws my tattoo.
I'm gonna fuck around and just throw you for a whirl, and you think you get this dope ass tattoo, and you're gonna get hit with the stick figures.
I don't care. See, I would still rather. I would be even cool with if we just both got the little stick figures that said pals underneath it, or said bruz. Underneath that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Bros.
BRAH.
So
yeah.
You'll be super brown, and I'll be like like my skin color, you know what I'm saying? And then
shit.
then they'll put
No.
like bras underneath it, you know.
Bro, it was like,
Bras.
that shit was funny.
Hey, look,
though.
we
that
got-
Keegan and Shaggy thing though.
Oh,
He was like, why is your beard brown? He's like, oh, I already gave it to him colored. He was like, oh, you already colored this? Like, this is how you see yourself?
That's what's up. See, that's how we'd have to do it. We'd already color it. Jiggy would be like Aladdin brown, and I'd be like a little shade of brown, like a
My
peach
kids
brown.
even give me shit about being brown, bro. That's terrible.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up.
Bro,
Hey,
the
man.
brownest one I got.
I know she is. I noticed that too, and she probably still makes funny animals because school she goes to, bro. It's all good. All right, we got our homie BstMstr waiting backstage in our virtual waiting room right now, and we're really excited to bring him on here. It's been a long time coming. Shout out KJ Riddle in the motherfucking house. Shout out James Fiend in the house.
Fuck yeah.
What up?
You guys want to hear us talk about it? I feel like it's like a perfect group of people, us and Carnival Spirits, to get together and chop it up. I'm pretty excited
Hell
about
yeah.
So instead of making you guys wait anymore, we're going to go ahead and bring BstMstr in this motherfucker right about now. Coming to the stage. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yo,
I pulled from the other way, bro.
what is up, bro?
What the fuck is up, TeamMUJ?
What? What up,
yeah.
yo?
Oh,
How
yeah.
you guys doing?
Oh, doing real good, man. How about yourself?
I'm great. I've been watching the show, so I'm all caught up. I love those shout outs. You guys are the shit. Ouija knows what's up. Giving you guys props. Your son. That's fucking ill. I saw that fucking shit on Instagram too.
Yeah, man.
You killed it, man.
Yeah, no, we just such a cool guy too. So even like just to study that stuff, and like, you know, my son doesn't always listen to Ouija or anything, but here's the stuff around me, and here's it, and follows him on that TikTok. So saw that video and was like, oh, Dad, I could do this dance moves, and then here you go, puts it on online.
Well, leave it to TikTok to get the kids involved. You know.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Jiggy wants to get us on TikTok. I was like, we're too old for that, bro. I don't think we're allowed to be on that thing. You know?
No, I think you are, but you gotta have to kind of throw your ego in your back pocket and you know, admit you're old and just.
Yeah.
For the record,
Sick
I'm not
fucking
doing
download
it.
the shit anyways.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, BstMstr. What'd you say, bro?
Oh, I'm just saying, you guys can do it. I'm not doing it, but I'm not gonna.
We might.
TikTok's the new Vine.
Yeah. Oh, it is really. I mean, it's it's pretty entertaining. I just can't see myself making TikToks. It's bad enough we put ourselves up here and talk all the reckless shit we do, let alone make stuff on TikTok. You know.
That's right. You might fuck around and get too much attention.
Yeah, that's true. That is actually
This is
true.
true.
That's too much. You know, like we've had a few people on the show, and usually when we have like homies on here, I feel like it's almost like weird when we like interview. But I did have a few things that I did want to like kind of talk to you about, if you don't mind, like doing some interview type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man. Whatever you guys want. I'm glad to be here. I've been a fan of you guys since I first saw you jumping off on YouTube. And of course, we do have a little more history than that, because you guys used to have that social media site that I joined, and I remember because I used to join all of those sites, those Juggalo sites. I made accounts on all of them, and I would always promote and just get in there and chop it up in the forums and stuff. And you guys had an ill one, you know?
Yeah, appreciate that shit, man.
thank you.
For
Thank
sure,
you, man.
for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually, you know, kind of where the jumping off point on this, where I wanted to talk about, you know, like really, I got familiar with you probably, you know, it was like around 2010-ish through the website, and you had showed us some of your stuff, like, you know, the Juggalo agenda and some the stuff you did in college and stuff, you know. So, like, yeah, I mean, before we get into the Carnival Spirit stuff, can you tell the people who don't know, you know, some about those things, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like the earliest thing that I did that got out there is that college speech on the Dark Carnival. I recorded that shit in college in 2001. So I had been like into the Juggalo scene for just a few years, and because I got down. Actually, this is fucking fresh as fuck. Tomorrow is Easter Sunday, and so tomorrow is going to be the 24th anniversary of when I got down with the clown. Because, it's like
hell yeah.
For real, man. Like my best
Fuck
friend,
yeah.
me and him, we grew up around the corner from each other, and it's like when you're friends, your parents become friends. So my parents and his parents used to get together on holidays, and we'd alternate whose house we go to, right? So Easter we'd go to the Brow's house, and then on Thanksgiving they'd come over to the Larson house, and so it was in 1996. We're at Tommy's house, and of course after we eat food we like run off to go get high or something or pump music, and he's like, yo, check this out. He had the fucking illest speakers ever. They were like 5 feet tall. I'm talking like he worked at a supermarket, had his own cheddar, and he had the fucking illest speakers in the whole town, so he would just crank music, and he would always be like, sampling different shit, playing Manson or Cypress Hill, and he's like, ooh, you're gonna love this. He puts on Riddlebox and plays me a little something something. I was like, what the fuck? Like, just blew my mind, made me laugh my ass off, and that was my introduction to the Wicked Clowns. He had been into them, I think, because he saw the chicken hunting music video on MTV, and when you catch a music video halfway through, you don't know who it is until the end, where they show you in the corner, what the name is.
Yeah.
He saw that video and he's like, who the fuck are these guys? He thought maybe it was like Biohazard, because there was a skinny one and a fat one, and they had dreadlocks and they had the middle guitar. He didn't know. So, but yeah, he had Ringmaster, Carnival of Carnage, Terror. He had all that shit, right? But he played me Riddlebox. He played me probably the first 5 songs off of the album too. And I don't know, later that year, we were in high school. I think it was after I took the SATs. I fucking, I'm just glad to get that bullshit over with. And I wanted to reward myself with some new music. And I went out and I purchased Iron Maiden's Best of the Beast, double disc, greatest hits album. And I bought the Riddlebox. So it's funny because still to this day, Iron Maiden is one of my favorite fucking bands ever. And ICP is my favorite fucking band of all time. And, it was almost serendipitous, that it kind of we discovered it before we were the only Juggalos. There were no Juggalos. We didn't even know Juggalos, we were just drawn to that shit. And then it's funny because the day after that Easter Sunday, we knew that I guess it was the following year, whatever. They were going to play live in Boston, and then there was a fucking snowstorm in April. Doesn't happen often, but back then it never happened in the 90s. And the show was canceled, so we couldn't see the Clowns in 96. But the next year, as soon as we saw they were playing again, I mean, I know the date, September fucking 3rd or 7th, 1997. It was September 7th. It was my 3rd day of college. That's I'm living in the dorm room, and then I go off to Boston, and I come back drenched in Faygo with a shit-eating grin on my face. Everyone's like, what the fuck did happen to you? I just had the best time of my life.
Hell yeah.
That's badass.
I was so down, and that's the day I consider myself a born again Juggalo. When I saw them live, that's when I knew.
Oh, for sure.
This was something that, because I was already a concert addict. I was going to shows from '95. So for a few years, I was seeing some ill shows. I'd seen Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, shit.
I saw Rage and Wu-Tang. I saw Beastie Boys in the Round on that Hell Nasty tour. I saw some really nice shows, but nothing like ICP.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, once you see that
Right.
show, it's totally different. That was actually my
I
first
agree.
real show, was to see ICP, and it kind of set the bar for everything else that I would have to see throughout the rest of my life.
Right. And again, this is pre Six Jokers card. This is pre gatherings. This is pre barricades. This is back when your elbows were on the fucking stage, and Jay would fucking stage dive, fucking that shit all happened, and you walk out of there with missing limbs and shit. It was fucking dangerous,
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, my first show was in '99, and that was still those wild days of fucking going out and shit like that.
So jumping ahead, I was taking a speech class, and we were allowed to give a speech on anything we wanted. And I was so passionate about ICP that I decided to give my speech on the Dark Carnival. And so my roommate at the time, he was a communications major and he was an intern. He was working at Salem Access Television. He had access to real TV cameras. So he actually brought in and set up a real professional television camera in the classroom and filmed my college speech. He gave me the VHS tape. Of course, it's a VHS tape, but so I had that shit converted to digital later, years later. And I think it was like, I don't know, like 2011 or 2013, whatever. I put that shit on YouTube, and now it's got over 300,000 views. Like,
I feel like it had to been on YouTube before that, because when we were doing the site, I remember, you sending that to us and seeing you. It had to been like 2010, 2011.
Well, that's obviously when I uploaded it, and then I was sharing it everywhere. I was like, "Hey, it's a new video I just put up, and it's from 2001." Like,
that's. I mean, that was awesome. Yeah, that was like mine. Even like I know maybe even Jiggy and Matt's first introduction to really finding out who you were was that. So it's really cool to, after all these years, finally kind of get some insight into how what caused that and the beginnings of all that. Man, it's really cool.
Right. So, but of course, nobody saw that video until like 2010 or 11, right? But really, the first thing that kind of put me on people's radar was my open letter to ICP, Dear Joe and Joey. So I kind of came up with the idea at the end of the millennium, right? It was about to be 2000, and I knew, like, even before the Wraith came out, before we even knew that it was going to be the Wraith, I just knew that the 6 Jokers card was going to be something so epic that I already wanted to fucking thank ICP for everything they've done for me, and it just how it's enriched my life. So I just started, and I wasn't even a fucking rapper, right? I was just like really inspired by the fact that, I don't know, like if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And of course, I'm a huge fan of like Weird Al Yankovic, who does like, parodies. And I noticed that there's always motherfuckers out there that want to make a diss track, right? They want to make a diss track to fucking tear somebody down. And I'm like, has anyone ever made a fucking track to lift somebody up, to say thank you, like a public thank you letter? And that's what I said. I was like, I'm going to make a public thank you letter, and I'm going to articulate every fucking reason why this band means so much to me and put it in a song. And I did that. So I started writing that shit. It took me 2 years to write it. And of course I had to wait until the 6 came out, and I had it like 75% written. And then once the fucking 6 came out, I was like, all right, here are the final touches. Like, I know how it ends now, Like,
Hell yeah.
And so I had that shit written. And I didn't have any means to record it, but I did have a friend in college who was the DJ, and he had equipment, and he had his own studio. So I would do graphic design for him in trade for studio time. And so back then he would let me record on his shit. And I'm talking like pre-computer era, like 4 tracks, like actual analog recording, Right. And so he helped me record Dear Joe and Joey. But it took like fucking, I don't know, 4 years. Like, I didn't record it until 2004, but in the beginning of the track, I say Juggalo Gathering 2003, because it was ready to be recorded. Like, it was written, it was done. I had that shit memorized, and I rehearsed it every day. I used to spit it for people live, I used to just rap it for people. It was the only song I had that, I just put basically I put like years into writing it, and then it took years before I recorded it. And then it took a couple more years before I even put it out publicly, because I didn't know how. Like, how do you release music when you're just a fucking scrub,
Yeah.
MySpace came out.
So hard though back then,
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm going to put this shit on MySpace. I made a fucking music account on MySpace, uploaded that shit. And 2 years later, it had over 75,000 fucking plays. There was a time when I would log on to MySpace, and it would just have like over 100 fucking plays a day, just daily, 100 fucking plays daily. And eventually it hit Psychopathic's radar. It got played on Fuck Off Radio, and I got myself a bomb house performance at the Gathering in 2007. So that shit actually got me to perform. I'm in the booklet and everything. It says BstMstr in the booklet for that Gathering.
Yeah.
So I got to perform the song in the middle of Cave-In Rock because the bomb house stage was in the middle of the whole Hatchet Landings back then, and even though there was only like 20, 30 people in front of the stage, thousands of fucking people heard that shit because it was just right there in the middle.
Echoing, man, hell yeah.
Yeah, and people have come up to me and told me that they heard that song at the Gathering, and they were like, and then they discovered later what it was. I get so much props for that song that I feel like it's like karma overload. Like I've gotten way more like fresh like props than I deserve as a person for just one song. It's hard for me to even like promote that shit because it's like ICP trying to promote Carnival of Carnage right now. Like that's so cool.
But I mean, it means a lot to you, and it did mean a lot to a lot of people who would hear it because, like you said, there wasn't a time where people were making songs about what they were grateful for, and here you put into words what everybody else had been thinking for a long time, or when they heard it, they had been thinking that for years. So I feel like that's why that song really meant a lot to people. I remember the first time that I had heard it, and I was like, wow, this is like some cool, like, proud to be a Juggalo uplifting shit, man. I really dug it back then.
A lot of Juggalos, got that rapping bug like me.
Yeah.
And, maybe not all of them had the ability to be unique, and a lot of it sounded cookie cutter, or like they were, just recycling ICP's rhymes. And I feel like Juggalo rappers got a bad reputation for a good reason, because there's a lot of shitty rappers out there. And I had to really reconcile with being categorized in that way. But also, without a doubt, like, motherfuckers always let me know that shit was fresh and that it wasn't really in the same category. And it isn't, because I'm not a wicked shit rapper. Like, I'm not. Like, I like to rap, and I've recorded many fucking songs. I even have an album out. And it's not even Juggalo related. Like, I like rhyming, I like lyricism. So
for those who don't know, that Rhinoglyphics, that came out in like 2012? Is that when it was out? For those of you guys watching right now, if you guys don't know, our homeboy BstMstr here, you can find that shit on Apple Music, Spotify, all that. Rhinoglyphics, there's some good tracks on that shit for sure. Like Fly on the Wall is one that like I really liked a lot. I'm just trying to think of some off the other ones that I listened to off it, but yeah, man.
I've been told like some of the songs that people have really connected with on my album are Chilling with the Caterpillars. It's kind of loosely, based off of Alice Through the Looking Glass. It's it's like a weed smoking track. But and I got a track called Eaters of the Dead featuring Mad Max. Which is always one of my favorite underground rappers, and we kind of met and we're on the same record label for a hot minute, and we're friends. So I was able to get a feature from him, and the thing is that the Juggalo shit is so undeniable in my life. I had to do more. So after performing at the Gathering, I really caught that rapping bug, and I was like, all right, I want to rap as much as I can. So I started doing live shows. From 2008, 2009, I was doing like 20 shows a year. I was just, doing underground shows. Like, yeah. And so I didn't have much to do, but let me tell you something. We Throw Fago, Just a Ninja, those two songs were kind of like what came out of like I had more to say, So I made a whole EP and I called it Juggalo Agenda. And so I got another one called When I Get to Shangri-La. It's my take on heaven. Proud to be a Juggalo. And so I put these songs all out, and I pressed up a fucking 1,000 copies. Like, I made CDs, and I took 900 of them to the 2008 Gathering, gave them all away for free. Kept 100 for myself. And and now they're all gone. They're all gone now. But that shit was like fucking.
It'd been nice to kept one of those or two to for yourself. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I got a couple, but I'm saying I had like 100. Then I had like 70. Then I had 50. Then I had 20. Now I have like 2. Like,
hell yeah.
So as far as anyone else is concerned, they're gone.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks too, because you're talking about the 2007 and 2008 gathering at Cave and Rock, and both those I missed, but then went to the next 4 after that.
Yeah.
So,
Those were the first. I did 5 in a row at Cave and Rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got to perform at every gathering. All those Cave and Rock gatherings, whether it be like Juggalo stages, like what was it called? Area 17. Like Juggalos would set up their little
the renegade stages and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I always had an opportunity to perform, but just that first one in 07, I was official in the booklet. The next year, I almost got on that second stage, like I was on deck. Like they basically told me that if the person who was supposed to rap like didn't show up, I was the first one to be like on deck to fill in. And I literally was camped right there, and I heard them call my name, and I panicked, and I was like, "Where's my CD? Where's my CD?" And I'm looking for it. It was in my fucking hoodie pocket, right in my phone the whole time. And then I started booking it to the little kiosk in front of the stage, and somebody else like got called out too, and he made it there like fucking 1 second before I did. So, but it doesn't matter because I would have ended up rapping for nobody. Like there was nobody there. Like none of my friends were around. Like everyone was fucking off doing shit. Like that would have been. It was meant to be. I wasn't meant to perform that year.
Yeah. But shit, just to feel that though, I mean, like you said, playing at 2007, I mean, just to play together, that's something that I like to ask Juggalos about. Being a longtime Juggalo and then just playing a set at the gathering is a different kind of energy.
Well, that was my first show. That was my first time performing ever.
Oh shit!
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
The bug from there, I started doing shows, and I was never really that good at performing. I'll be honest with you, but I think my strength lies in the lyricism and I can't say I'm a perfectionist, but I have always made sure that everything I record is better than the last thing I recorded. So I can guarantee you that Rhinoglyphics is the best shit I've ever put out.
You're talking about your lyricism on Paranoia Will Destroy You is like I like a lot. I like a lot of the shit that you say in that track. It's one of my favorites on the whole thing, actually.
Dude, that song's very special to me. My boy Twiz on that track, like he passed away before I got to release the album, and that was one of those songs that was like. He left me with that open collab, and I had to finish that song to honor him and put that out.
Man.
You know what I mean? But I got a lot of tracks with Twiz, and he had a son that was born like a few months after he passed. So he's 10 years old now, spitting image of his dad. I can't wait until he's old enough for me to actually share his dad's music.
Yeah,
it's way too rough for a 10-year-old,
yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's pretty wild actually to know that I like that song so much, and there was a lot that I felt a lot of that song, and then to hear the meaning that it has and the connection that it has to it.
His concept. That song was his concept, and I remember him sending me, his verse with his hook. I mean, he did the chorus, and he did his verse. And I remember hearing that, and that was kind of like a demo, but eventually I had to make that a track. I had to turn that demo into a real track, and it was kind of hard because I didn't have his layers. I had to use what he sent me, and he just recorded over that beat.
Yeah.
And, that was a challenge to make that song happen. But let me tell you, when I wrote my parts for that song, I made sure that I came correct. To make sure that song was fucking
true honor, and so I had to dig deep in myself because he was talking about some real shit. He was talking about depression. He was talking about suicidal thoughts. I had to take that shit seriously in my own, creative writing way. And, I'm real proud of that song, man. Because I really like it a lot, man. It's definitely one of my favorites on the joint. And even we were getting ready for this, I was listening to it, and it's like, man, that was something that I wanted to ask about. And that's cool that there's a deeper story behind that. That's dope as fuck, man.
Absolutely, man. And I don't like to dwell on the past when it comes to hard times and stuff, but I can definitely say that song was therapeutic for me because. There's just this thing about people and I'm not calling anybody out, but everybody knows that, especially you guys, because you guys are so tight. You remind me of me and my crew, the Carnival Spirits crew. Like, we are so tight. Those guys are my brothers, and we talk every fucking day. I mean, even though we're not in the same state, we can't hang out in the same room. That's why, like, DCG-Con in Colorado is so special, because there were so many of us who actually were just meeting each other in person for the first fucking time, and we've been down for like half a decade.
Yeah,
through YouTube,
Yeah,
that's dope.
But
That's super dope.
The point I'm trying to make is, motherfuckers take each other for granted,
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fake love out there, like that fake family love, that kind of that disingenuous, like yeah, whatever, like, oh, much clown love. But I can just tell that it's not genuine sometimes from some people, and you just know it when you feel it. But when somebody dies, all of a sudden, it's like roll out the red carpet and the red roses, and oh my God, this guy's a saint, and oh, his memory, I'm going to cherish him forever. But it's like, when you're alive still, don't take your fucking loved ones for granted, because when they're gone, it doesn't do them any good that you're praising their name. You know what I mean? So you guys are the epitome of showing love where it's due. And you're doing it right now.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, brother.
Hell yeah, we appreciate that. For sure, bro.
And that's, why we really wanted to have you on here tonight, because even as we brought this back, you've been showing us a lot of love too, man. Letting us come onto your guys' channel and do our shit, you know what I'm saying? And like how you say, you recognize that realness, and we've known of each other for all these years and have never really had the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation like this.
I know.
But really, it's been like awesome. 10 years, It's crazy.
It's like some bucket list shit.
Right?
I've been wanting to get on your show forever.
That's dope, dude. Yeah, we appreciate that.
It was tight. Like, when we first came back onto the shit and we started doing the YouTube, doing the web shows again, like, you guys were really the first ones to reach out to us, like, hey man, you guys are shit, it's hype, you guys need more views, you guys need more of this, more of that.
That was me, man. That was me. That was me straight up looking at your view count and going, no, these guys are getting slept on. Like, what the fuck?
And that's what I'm saying, man. That was hella love, dude. We're like, dude, that's tight. Other people, other homies are looking at our shit and like, damn, they're doing it. They need more views than what we're getting. And I mean, you guys hooked us up, like you said.
Am I wrong? You guys put in a lot of work. Like, you guys are more entertaining than some motherfuckers out here that are like just completely fucking like, getting all this attention. I get it. We're not allowed to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if we think it's like, it always is good. That's way too long. I'm telling you, you guys have been putting in so much fucking work. I see, it's real, recognized as real type shit.
Yeah, dude, and we appreciate it, and motherfuckers say it, and nowadays more people are watching our shit, but like what it's always been from the beginning is that it's just that we're juggalos, we're gonna go to these shows no matter what, we're gonna support our favorite artists no matter what, and we're gonna hang out with us as homies. Like, we're lucky enough to live in the same area within 2 to 5, 10 minutes away from each other, so we're real lucky for that. You know what? And that's just like, we were going to do this shit no matter what. So we decided to do these shows, and how you guys say that, like that DCG Con 2 was real special for you guys. It kind of is for us then too, because when me and Jiggy Fresh were out there, he was the one that like put it in my ear to bring this MUJ shit back. And I was like, nah, man, we don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's enough juggalos out there doing the stuff. And he's like, no, bro, we've got to do it. We got to do it. And here we are like 2 years later, doing it again, and we're getting mad love from you guys, from, people who are in the room now, KJ Riddle, motherfucking James Fiend, everyone, it's crazy,
everybody in the room.
That was a highly intoxicated Jiggy Fresh, by the way.
It was highly intoxicated Jiggy Fresh.
I'm glad it happened the way it did, regardless of how highly intoxicated Jackie Fresh was.
Sometimes like really fucking good ideas come out of like some really fucking crazy benders, you have
that's what it was out there, man, because I couldn't partake in the Colorado, because due to my job, so I was just drinking, and then we were out there, and I was like, hey, bro, we need to bring this shit back. We need to bring this shit, because
that reminds me of like Brooklyn Menace. I see Brooklyn Menace in the chat. This motherfucker wouldn't smoke with us. You know what I mean? We're out in weed legal Colorado, and it's only special because Colorado has made marijuana legal. I'm over here in Massachusetts.
Made marijuana legal.
Yeah, it's like they decriminalized it in 2008, and we were about to get legal like a few months later. But I'm like, all right, I'll get a sneak preview of that shit in Colorado, and now it's legal over here, and I don't even give a fuck about it.
Yeah, right. Jiggy Fresh absolutely could not, knew that he would face a drug test like right when he came back. So he was like, for as much pot was being smoked, Jiggy was drinking twice as much alcohol to keep up with us. So it was pretty wild, man. But it was one of these nights in between like the main show. I think we were getting ready to go back for Shag's Too Dope that night, and he's in the hotel room and he's like, "Oh man, we got to do this MUJ shit. We go to shows all the time. You do this, we do that, blah blah blah. Let's do it." And I was like, "Nah, man. Never doing it again." I was like just chilling in the hotel room, faded, ready, like chilling out before Shag's Too Dope. I was like, "Nah, bro, we'll never do this shit again." But look at us now. Here, 2 years later, we got BstMstr on the motherfucker. It's like it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I totally saw that you guys were just a few like real ass juggalos that were having fun on social media, and that is exactly the kind of juggalos I want to see fucking doing this shit. So I'm talking about compared to like some fucking scrub in his fucking mom's basement who thinks that he can monetize and become like the next big fucking millionaire by exploiting himself for a audience that will eat up juggalo shit. It's like a con artist, right? I don't like juggalos that are trying to fucking foist themselves onto the community, thinking that if they just go whoop whoop and throw up that wicked clown fucking hand signal, they get a lot of subs and love. Like, fuck off with that pandering bullshit. I want to see real juggalos talking about real juggalo shit, and that's y'all all day. That's what I'm saying.
And I appreciate that you saying that, man. Like we said it on Mikey Sayers' show that like if we ever get to the point where we're like the TMZ of juggalos, somebody better pull our card real fucking quick.
Pull it super quick.
Because
don't let us get there.
Yeah, we're not trying to like, even a lot of shit that happens in like with some of the love that we've got. Like we didn't even speak on a lot of the shit that happened with Ouija like right away. Whereas if some of the stuff that happened, motherfuckers would have been like right to the internet, like, "Oh, I got Ouija Mac's phone number and I gave him a call today." You know what I'm saying? Like it's just we don't chase clout. We just talk.
It's hard to know when to toot your own horn and when to be humble. It is, but
it is. You know what I'm saying?
In a way, it's not bad to self. I suck at self promotion. Like I'm the worst at it. And if anything, Carnival Spirits has become what it is because it's not just me. In fact, that's why I'm on Carnival Spirits, because I didn't want to get up on YouTube and be BstMstr on my own channel. Yeah. I wanted to be on a channel with like-minded juggalos, and I remember like I was so like against like self-promotion that I was using a fake name. I was using a fucking like an anonymous juggalo account to get in the mix with the culture for a couple of years, and then I kind of got sick of being anonymous, but I just didn't want to go solo, and I was watching YouTubers, right? I was watching a few people. And I noticed that there was not that many real motherfuckers on YouTube. There's a lot of fucking whack motherfuckers, but there weren't that many real motherfuckers. So there's one dude, his name's Scotty Two Balls. He was doing a contest. He was like, "Yo, I want to hear your story about the 6 Gilbert card, like what it means to you or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I actually didn't hit the deadline. I didn't enter the contest at all because I fucking missed the deadline. But I was like, I wanted to enter his damn contest. But I hit him up because the very next thing he put out was that he wanted to create a Juggalo collaboration channel. And he wanted to call it Spirits of the Dark Carnival, because we are all a soul and we are all a spirit under the Dark Carnival. So that means every juggalo in existence is a spirit of the Dark Carnival. It's not just us, all of y'all. It's everyone watching. Every fucking juggalo today, in the past, and in the future. It's all of us. That's what
slap those fucking love reacts to that shit, because that's what's up right there. Fuck yeah. Slap those hearts to that shit right
I fucking hit up Scotty Balls with this email. I wrote him like a fucking, like I basically sent him a resume. I was like, all right, look, I wrote this tribute song. Like I wrote a whole EP. I got this college speech. I've been down since '97. I've been to X amount of shows, like like all these gatherings. And he's like, yeah, bro, you're in. Like,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
so we just became fast friends, right? And and I helped him create, all the accounts, like the Facebook, the Twitter, we built it all together. And the other motherfucker that jumped on right away was Cali Green Too Fresh. And then the next motherfucker who jumped on was Don Chaos. Literally, we are the first 4 people to start Carnival Spirits, and we are still today like the remaining members plus a whole bunch of others, right? But it's been a rotating door. Some people lose their passion, some people fall off, some people get fed up with me and rage quit. Like it's rough because ego is getting away and stuff. But I got mad love for everybody who has ever fucked with Carnival Spirits, for real.
Fuck yeah, dude.
For real.
We had the similar shit over here.
I'm not going to name them, but I'm just saying most people are really fucking life's too short anyways. Like, I'm not holding grudges, but I feel like some people are holding grudges, and you also just drop that shit because I got mad love for everybody. I really
it's really cool, like Jiggy Fresh is saying that. It's cool though, like to hear that, because like we have like the same shit that happened, you know what I'm saying, where there was this, besides the main core members, there's been a few it's been a revolving door on a couple people. Some people were in it for the wrong reasons, things like that, or didn't like the way that I wanted to do things originally.
That's the problem, is that I take ownership of Carnival Spirits, even though it's not mine, it's all of ours. But I always encouraged everybody on the channel to do more, to participate, and almost to a fault. Like I was bugging them, like.
Oh no, I get it.
Like I gotta beg you to make a video. Like, why are you even a YouTuber if you don't want to make videos? Like, why are you on this channel if you don't even fucking want to partake in this shit? That kind of thing. So I might have fucking pushed people away with my aggressiveness at some point, like many points. But
I definitely did in the beginning. That's what when Jiggy Fresh finally did convince me to go ahead and do along with this, I was like, hey, bro, then it can't be like how I was in the beginning, where I was like demanding motherfuckers that they had to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it for fun. It's not gonna be a job. And look, I mean, doing it as a hobby has made it like way funner for all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, trust me, I know. Like, we've gone through different phases where as soon as something feels like it's a chore, that's when I lose interest in it.
We already have jobs that we work fucking full time at, so we didn't need another job. You know what I'm saying? This was to get away from our job. Right. This is what, like, this time doing MUJ really has been like it is. It's our our hobby, our relaxation from our jobs, our regular life type shit. You know what
I see KJ Riddle saying, "Bring back ESA every Saturday afternoon." Let me tell you about every Saturday afternoon.
Tell us about that.
Carnival Spirits was around before there was ever any live stream Hangouts ability on YouTube, and honestly, like the way Carnival Spirits started, YouTube had a reply feature where you could watch a video, you could make a video, and then you could actually send it to that video, and it would appear underneath it as a reply to that video. But they took that functionality away like real quick, like right after we started the channel. That functionality disappeared, and then they merged with Google Plus, and they created those Google
Hangout things,
right?
Yeah.
So before the Google Hangouts were a thing, we were already. I say we, like the Juggalos in the YouTube community, like I joined them late. I wasn't one of the pioneers of the Juggalo YouTube community. Like I said, I was watching other Juggalos, and I eventually realized that I wanted to play ball, and I felt very strongly about not hiding behind a keyboard, like, because that's what most motherfuckers do, right? They go fucking ham in the comments, or in threads, in message forums or whatever. But I'm like, it takes balls to show your face on camera and speak, right? And to me, like, joining YouTube was me breaking comfort zones, and that's what I was all about. Like I was trying to expand. I was trying to break comfort zones. I was trying to challenge myself to actually, because I'd done all these fucking amazing things. I'd made this tribute music. I'd done this speech, but I was really very shy. you know, and so to get on YouTube, I needed some sort of reason to do it. Scotty Balls gave me that reason by creating a channel, and my views on the Dark Carnival and ICP matched with his. So when he said that this channel is about juggalos that are down with ICP, down with the Dark Carnival, down with Juggalo family, down for life, I was like, all right, this is the channel that I could get down on. And so once I started making my videos, I'm like, all right, I'll make my video. I'll talk about my first show, or I'll talk about my favorite merch, and people would make responses. So it was all like, I make a short video, you make a short video, right? That kind of thing. Yeah. But there was this thing called Tiny Chat, where people would get in, and it would be almost like
I remember Tiny Chat.
You know, where everyone would be. You remember
that shit.
Anyone remember that shit?
Oh yeah, the Tiny Chat for sure.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
yeah.
I remember I spent a lot of time in Goat Boy's Tiny Chat. Like, he would always host them, we'd join them, and we'd chop it up, and that shit was awesome. Like, that was like the seedlings of Google Hangouts and now podcasts, whatever people are calling them, that whatever they're doing on YouTube. That shit was happening off of YouTube in Tiny Chats. And then there was Blog Talk Radio, which was really fucking dope, except the quality of the audio was fucking bunk. You could get on there and you could do like an actual podcast, and it was no video involved, but you could be live, and you could have a chat, and you could talk with people, and there'd be mad static and shit, and everyone's talking over each other, and you know. And Blog Talk Radio was dope, because that right there was the stepping stones to every Saturday afternoon. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because what we used to do is we would do episodes on Blog Talk Radio, and then I would download the MP3. I went to school for graphic design. That's what I went to college for. So I'd whip up some graphics, and I'd make a video where I would, and of course, I would edit the fuck out of our streams. I would take out all of the fucking awkward, the dead air. I would take out all the instances where we're talking over each other. And so I would take like an hour-long Blog Talk Radio stream, and I condense it to 20 minutes, and you could actually listen to it with no fuckery, you know? And then I would put it to a graphic, and I would upload it to Carnival Spirits. And so we started doing podcasts. And then I'm talking about me, fucking Panic 17, Don Chaos, Callie Green, Scotty Ball. Yeah. We all would do that shit. And I was doing all the editing, all the graphics. I was uploading everything. Like, I was basically like the guy behind the guy, but I was also the guy. You know what I mean?
Where's he at? That's the Bobby Blaze right there. Bobby Blaze handles all that shit.
The guy behind the guys? Hell yeah.
He's the guy behind the guy. So big,
you, man. Like,
so big love to Bobby
you're
Blaze.
You're an unsung hero of your channel, then, because people don't appreciate the hard work. Like, people don't appreciate how much work it takes to put together a video.
Oh, yeah, man.
And ask anybody who makes videos, and if they tell you it's easy, that means their videos either suck or they're lying. Okay.
Hey, Bobby Blaze will let us know, bro. But the thing about it with the school is, like, he keeps us in the loop of it too, because he'll send us clips. Like, we got our own little chat on Facebook or whatever. He'll send us, hey, bro, look, this is what I did. What do you guys think of it? Do you think we could do this or switch this part up? You know, and he'll ask our opinions, but he does the
yeah, I'll take our crazy ass 2-hour web shows, condense them to a good hour, and make them try to be as fluid. And a lot of people don't know how hard that is, man. So it is.
I've been over.
And technology works better for us nowadays than it was working for us, 5-10 years ago.
Oh, it's so much better now.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, Blog Talk Radio was crunchy and chunky and laggy, and we did this thing called the Mighty Death Popcast, where we would take each song from the Mighty Death Pop and we would do a podcast on that song, and I actually would do research, and I would basically go through all of ICP's music, their whole fucking catalog, and I would pull out every song that they've ever done that this new song reminded me of, and I would talk about all of it. Because remember, we started Carnival Spirits at the end of 2011. So the very next year, Mighty Death. It was the first Joker's card that came out since we were a channel. So we wanted to fucking promote that album, and the way I chose to do it was to do the Mighty Death Pupcast. And so we have an episode for each song. And by the way, we never finished it. We still have 2 songs. We didn't do Where's God and Forever. We never did them. Like we kind of fell short of finishing that fucking segment.
Forever's that shit too.
Dope, oh yeah.
No, whatever. There's reasons for that, but it's not worth bringing up again. All I'm saying is that when they finally came out with Google Plus Hangouts, you could go live. You could have like up to 12 people in your fucking stream, but you could also do private streams and record them and then make them live, right?
Yeah.
So I was already in the habit of taking our shitty Blog Talk Radio audio and editing it up and getting rid of the dead air and
slapping some graphics with it or something.
Yeah. So what I did was I would record us on Google Hangouts, like, so we have all our video, all our pictures, all of us are there visually, and I would do it privately, and we would do private hangouts. Like, we would hang out for 2 hours, and then I would take that fucking video and I would chop it up and condense it to just the good stuff, and we would release like an hour-long hangout, but it wasn't live, and it was like, I'm going to admit it, I was a bit of a control freak. I wanted to put out a quality video, and I didn't want to be like.
But why would you put out anything else than quality if you could put out quality, though, right?
Okay, but
that's how I feel about it. Sometimes I burn myself out on trying to make a quality product that once I publish it, the sound's fucked up anyway. So
I did burn out on that. In fact, everything I do so hard that I eventually burn out on it. I burnt out on every Saturday afternoon. But what happened was I burnt out on all the editing, and I realized that there is value of doing a live stream, and again, this was not something that came naturally to me.
We just learned that this quarantine shit and teach us that doing live streams these live streams, it's so much easier on me because I don't got to edit shit except for like what you see on the screen, you know what I'm saying? And like, really, we get more interaction. This is what we've been wanting to do, was to be able to interact with people more.
We've talked about it for so long to have that interaction with more juggalos, with more fam.
Of course, we're doing what I'm notorious for doing, which is we're ignoring the chat. I'm notorious for ignoring the chat because I'm not used to, looking at it.
I'll see it when it pops up.
I just don't like to cut off our conversation, so I'll throw everybody's comment on the screen, and that's my way of shouting you guys out. Unless we're
just going to get with me, because I'm not looking at the chat. I'm talking to you guys. We're talking.
In the middle of a conversation, I usually won't break into it.
I know.
If we're not in a big conversation, if we're not in a deep conversation, then a lot of times I'll shout people out over there. But that's my way of shouting you guys out in the chat for sure. Is running your.
I got love for the chat, but the thing is that I got respect for the viewers, and here's the thing: I want to give you guys what I would enjoy watching, and you know what I don't enjoy watching? Somebody sitting on a live stream just reading the chat. Oh, everything happens for a reason. You're right, Jordan. Pain. Okay. Seriously, I'm just gonna sit here and watch you read what I'm typing. Like, that's not entertaining to me. You got to give me the show. You know,
we're bringing the show, and we want you to interact with it. Is what our concept of it.
I'll see it when they pop up on there, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
I get that. The thing is that I don't necessarily have the best tactic to cultivate a live following and stuff. Every Saturday afternoon apparently is a very popular thing, but I did not make that popular by catering to the fucking chat. All right, we were going live and we had fucking things to say. We had topics. I mean, I did, and I would bring on a colorful collection, guests, and we would all just fucking get rowdy. And you're right, it is fun to interact, but that's the thing is that I had to break major comfort zones to even go live. The whole reason I started every Saturday afternoon live is because I was scared shitless to do it. So you know how they got this thing in April where, like, I forget where I saw it. There were other YouTube channels, like not in the Juggalo community, but they were making a video every day a video every day in April. So it was like VEDA, video every day in April, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to do that. So one year I made a video every day in April on my own personal channel. And I was like, all right, that was a challenge. I accomplished it. Good for me. The next year, I was like, I want to do another challenge. I need to challenge myself to do something new, break another comfort zone. And of course, we got Google Hangouts, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go live once a week, every week for the whole month of April. And that was the beginning of every Saturday afternoon.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? It kept going for a year and a half.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's the shit, man.
That's good shit, though, man.
Hell yeah, that's the shit.
Yeah.
See, and I like when we first started doing our weekly web shows, it was back when like you couldn't even do this on YouTube. You had to use other services. We used like Ustream, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
And we had so we would do our live thing then, and it was similar to how you can do stuff now, putting polls up and running things on the screen or whatever.
Technology is caught up big time.
Yeah.
Like right now, everybody can easily jump on Yardstream or a Hangout or but back early when we started that shit, it was because the technology was new and we had the channel and we had the subs, we could go live. You had to like get a certain amount of subscribers before you could even go live.
Go live, yeah. That's how it was originally was.
Right. So it was like, well, we can do it. Let's fucking do it. And then we used to get shit for not going live. So I was like, all right, you guys want us to go live? I'll go live. And it just happened organically,
We get shit for not going live, and I think like even though editing in the videos and stuff takes a long time, I feel like that we got into a comfort zone with that because I knew anything that we said that we didn't really want to get out there, then because we shot it, we could go ahead and cut it. You know what I'm saying? But we did realize that these live things, I think, have helped us out a lot because it's so much easier to get the interaction that we were looking for with these live things, and really having the guests though too, because because we bring our we bring our guests. Yeah, they're speaking of our guests. Our other guest, Ronan, is in the back room right now. We would only really bring in local guests from around here, and they'd come into the actual house and do stuff with us. So to do these lives with StreamYard now, we could bring so many more people in. I feel like that's like everyone who has wanted us to get on the live game has definitely been showing us love since we have went live.
Since we've been,
because you can watch our videos, but the people who do tune in live are the ones like Shawnzy and Danny Boy. I know on a lot of our other videos used to tell us that we needed to go live, like a lot of like the Bender Boys and Mikey Sayers go live, and like you guys go live and shit. Yeah. But we just never did it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so easy now, and lately. I'm so proud of the Juggalo community for stepping up, and there's so many Juggalos doing it. Yeah. I'm not in any way like jealous of the shine that other Juggalos are getting, because that is exactly what the fuck I've been advocating for since day one. That's the whole reason why
That's why we're all doing this shit, right?
What's that?
Yeah, that's why we're all doing this shit, right? Is so that we can all shine as a community together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. And that was a big thing with the whole fun shit, you know what I'm saying? Getting everybody together. Because even back then when we did the fun thing, it was like, back then it was like, oh, well, what was the shit? The same people were, oh, if you don't gather, you don't matter. If you don't do this, your shirt's from Hot Topic, then you're not a Juggalo. It was like fucked up shit, man. The people were getting shit on because they didn't have hatchet gear, or they didn't get to go to the gathering, and not everybody's lucky enough to do that shit.
That elite Juggalo stigma,
Right. And it was like, dude, like that shit's tiring, bro. Like,
and we're all about just like we're all in this shit together, so we should all like try to be putting on for each other. You know what I'm saying?
You guys have been around long enough that you remember that there's never been a time in the Juggalo universe that there wasn't a bug up Juggalo's ass, like
always, bro.
About something. Like, and so I feel like at one point in the MySpace days, there was a bug up Juggalo's ass about shitty Juggalo rappers, or there was a bug up Juggalo's ass about new Juggalos like Wraithalos, like Juggalos that got down after the 6 came out. Like there's a bug up Juggalo's ass about just so many fucking things, right? I always look at it like because when I was a young Juggalo, remember, 1997 was not the beginning of this shit. I knew my place. I knew that there were Juggalos that had been down since fucking, dog beats. I knew that, and I respected that. So I never fucking like felt like I was an OG, But then I realized that when the gathering started happening, and then all of a sudden it became kind of like, all right, this is a party that is so fucking dope that of course it's going to draw many people to it. And out of all those people, some of them are going to be, there for the wrong reason. Like they're there for the hype. They're there for the party. They're not really down with the message and not that they even need to be. Like I know I'm jumping around, but I'm just saying, I always felt like ICP, they are exactly what they need to be for you. Like, in other words, if you need ICP to be a punching bag, they're going to be your punching bag, and they let you punch on them. If ICP is going to be your fucking reason that you're alive, they saved your life, then that's what they are for you. If you just need something to bitch about, and you got Violent J to bitch about all day, he's going to let you do it. You know what I mean? They're not like Twisted. They're like, stop fucking picking on us. They won't let you pick on them. They don't give a fuck. Like they are whatever you need them to be. They will be that for you.
Blame Violent J.
Yeah, that's why they're painted up like clowns, bro, so they can be laughed at. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, for sure. I know there was a lot of things in the Juggalo community. Nowadays things are still weird as fuck. I really didn't. I don't know. We don't talk about it as much anymore. But I have you on here, and I know that you recently put out a video talking about some of this whole the Twisted shit. You know what I'm saying? As a long time Juggalo, like, how do you look in this like in the bigger picture of all this shit? How this has all went down? What are your thoughts on how this has all went down and how it continues to go on?
Well, I got strong opinions about that.
Yeah. We all did, man, and I that's one of the things that we haven't been afraid of doing here is that.
No, like, I know that. I know that's why I respect you guys, because when I watch your video, you guys are not afraid to bring it up. You're not afraid to joke about it, and you don't beat a dead horse either. That's if there's one. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. If you're beating a dead horse, at some point you got to just let things be, But.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll tell you how I feel. Like, first of all, when Twisted first left Psychopathic, that was 2012, man. Carnival Spirits was just started, and we were just about to fucking start promoting and talking about everything Psychopathic, and then they left Psychopathic, and I'm like, well, we're spirits of the dark carnival. Yeah. So, in my opinion, and I talked to Scotty Balls, we weren't going to change the reason we created this channel for Twisted's sake. This is about the Dark Carnival. This is about real Juggalo shit. This is about ICP fucking followers. That's what Carnival Spirits has always been about. And Twisted has always been a part of the camp. So when they left the camp, that was almost like a real conundrum for us, because what do we do here? But you know what we did? We fucking supported. We kept supporting. And I actually went to Twisted's very first live performance after leaving Psychopathic. That was New Year's Evil 5 in Ohio. Okay, I was there. Yeah. That was my very first VIP. And I actually, like, when I saw them there, and I'd met Twisted before, but in that moment, in that VIP, I'm like showing them my Lotus tattoo, and Madrox is like, I got one too, like, it's cool. We're still, I don't know. It was weird because I just wanted to show love, and I wanted to show them, like, hey, I'm still down with you guys, even though you left Psychopathic. Like, my first Twisted show was actually a House of Crazy show, because House of Crazies opened up for ICP on my first ICP show in '97.
Hell yeah.
And when I told that to Madrox, he was like, holy shit. Like, you know what I mean? I told him the year. I was like, I saw you guys in 97. He's like, but that was before we signed. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I bought your fucking Season of the Pumpkin CD at that show. I fucking loved you guys, you know? And I love the ROC. That's the thing. I fucking love their music. And I always have. And I thought I would always will, but the thing is that things change, man. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Things fucking change, okay? That's how it is. I did not stop supporting Twisted until the fuckery about the march, the Juggalo march. That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. And I'm not a trend follower. So when lots of motherfucking Juggalos were giving Twisted shit for leaving, I was annoyed at that. I was like, calm down. Let them build their brands. Let them do their thing. Let them get out of the shadow of ICP, because literally they could do nothing without being ICP's fucking
proteges or whatever they were.
Yeah, like they would always get pressed, and ICP would always be in the headline. Like Twisted could never get credit for anything. Even when they got arrested for weed in Florida, fucking ICP got credit for that. You know, like they couldn't do anything without getting fucking ICP. Like if I were them, I would have been so annoyed by that. Yeah,
but at the same time, I don't know if I would have been annoyed with that. You know what I'm saying? It would have been like, you know, just sit at the table and eat. You know, like at that time.
Well, according to them,
but they weren't eating, is what they were saying. And ask Jiggy Fresh used to hound me because, like, when Twisted first left, I was a huge supporter. I was all about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we used to talk about, say that was at that point in time was the best move they did.
Yeah, because
at that point in time, they needed to
do it. But then everything that every move that they made after that was like a spit in the face of everything.
Little jabs.
Yeah, I didn't like that. See, the thing is that I
shout out Don Chaos. Sorry, shout out Don Chaos.
What up,
Don Chaos? That's my brother right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Don Chaos is that motherfucker. He rides for Ouija Mac harder than y'all.
I know, dude. I know. That's crazy. That's why he
sounds like a challenge.
He's like, "Gonna gang official, dog." You know what I'm saying? That's why you better get that on that dance shit. Then, because my son's already out schooling you. Then Don Chaos, you better get up on them dance challenges and shit. You know, my son's got a gang representing too, Warlock shit. You know what I'm saying?
So what's that dance challenge that your son did? What's that called?
The get on the floor or fall through the floor challenge.
All right, Joe, Don Chaos. If you don't do that fall through the floor challenge, then I'm calling you out, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you need to do that. You need to get your whole fucking
shit
on, and you need to fucking
you need to get all the drip on, head to toe Ouija drip. I forgot to throw my son in my fucking Ouija chain and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when he does the full dance, he'll be Jiggy Fresh needs to do. He needs his daughter's gonna jump in his shit. We're gonna try to win the challenge by milking by putting our kids into it. You know,
we're putting the kids
because I can't learn the dance moves anymore because that's just beyond me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have my son learn it and shit. You know,
we're gonna put the kids to do the dirty work.
I mean, if it's going to be on TikTok, you're better off using the kids because I mean that's their world, you know.
You ain't lying. My daughter stays on that shit 24/7. She's like, Dad, look, I got 100-something followers. Dad, I got this many. Like,
look, I still feel weird using Snapchat. Okay.
I still feel weird using fucking Instagram. I wouldn't use Instagram if I didn't have the TeamMUJ account. What's so cool is that now that we use the TeamMUJ account, I'm on Instagram like every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? On my personal account, I post something on Instagram like once a month or once every 2 weeks on my personal account. But on the TeamMUJ account, I either post like every day or I'm liking every day for sure.
You know, it's funny because I created the Carnival Spirits Instagram account because I think I was the only one with a smartphone at first.
Yeah.
And, so I would just post I would post random shit. Like it wasn't even like, you know, current. It was just like a random throwback or this rare photo or I would just post random shit.
Yeah.
And that fucking account blew the fuck up and I can't lie. I understand the addiction of the internet because I am fully addicted, just like everybody else, to the rush of likes and comments, and it's just that some motherfuckers like let that shit go to their head, and they think that they're the bee's knees because they get a bunch of fucking likes and comments. When really, you got to fucking realize that everybody out there, if you're savvy enough, can get views and likes, and it doesn't actually really mean anything personally. And so I'm just saying, it's like you could be a fucking movie star and have like millions of dollars in the bank and a supermodel wife, and you could still be depressed enough to fucking off yourself. You know what I mean? Like you gotta find real joy in your life, and it's not on social media. I'm just telling you, it's not. Okay?
Yeah, no, bro, for sure. Straight up, man. And that's why, people when. Oh, go ahead, brother.
No, I say you see it like he said with like these superstars, these actors or big time musicians. You see it; they have these $1 million, they have this beautiful wife, they have this beautiful life, but deep down, I mean, look at homeboy Chester from Linkin Park and shit, Rob Williams, all these guys you think are on top of the fucking world, man, and deep down they're just not feeling it. You know.
Well, actually, I got to tell you that Joe Rogan did an interview with Bobcat Goldthwait, and Bobcat Goldthwait was like a really close friend with Robin Williams. Right. And he actually said that Robin Williams did not kill himself because of depression. He had a disease that was fucking with his mind.
Yeah, regenerative brain disease.
It was like a degenerative, like neurological disease that confused him. It wasn't because he was sad. I'm just saying that's a misconception. Everybody thinks that Robin Williams was depressed and killed himself for reasons. It wasn't exactly that way. I'm just putting that out there.
That's what's up. Yeah. Clarification. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. But what you said about that other guy, the drummer or whatever, like that, yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's shit like that. I mean, and you see it a lot, like you said, with these high class, these millionaires and these actors and these musicians that are. I
mean, look at Kurt Cobain.
It was on the Kurt Cobain shit, like how you say, we should have all these views and more people should be watching us. I don't give a fuck about that. I care about these genuine connections that I can make off it.
That's why you guys are slept on. You are doing it the right way, and you're not fucking up here begging for views, clamoring for fucking monetization.
The more people that watch my shit, the more people are going to be mad at me because I talk so much shit about the stuff they like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like every time I open my mouth, like I'm just going to be real about this. Every time I open my mouth about how I feel about Twisted, I feel like I turn people away because I have a lot of friends that still like Twisted, and it's like I never wanted. See, that puts a kink in my slinky, man. I wanted to come up here. I mean, here on the internet. I wanted to come up on the internet and share my love and passion for the underground and psychopathic and the Juggalo scene. And all of a sudden, there's this rift in the Juggalo scene, and I can't help it. I feel the way I feel. So when I take a side in that, I'm pushing certain people away, and I never wanted to do that. So it's like. What do I do? Do I fake the funk, and do I pretend that I'm down, and that I don't care that Monoxide putting his foot in his mouth all the time? But at the same time, Violent J's no saint, and I admit that. So it's like, how do you navigate this where maybe there's fault on both sides, but at the end of the day, it's not our fucking business. Like, it's not that has nothing to do with us. We're allowed to like what we like. We're allowed to rep what we want to rep. And I swear to God, motherfuckers shit on ICP so hard, and they still go to the shows. They still rep the fucking out. Like, they still wear the merch. And then
everything that they fucking do and put out. Yeah, and still talk shit about it. You know what I'm saying? But love everything that they fucking do. You know what I'm saying? I know, but in 2007 or 16, before Wizard of the Hood, everyone was talking all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Here, Wizard of the Hood ended up being the best fucking thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And all these these twisted people who now hate. Can't say that they could ever hate on that because that was the greatest thing that they ever gave us. You know what I'm saying? And that was the last thing that we'll ever get. Everybody wants more, and I don't want more of that. You know what I'm saying? I could go forever the rest of the gatherings with Twisted never appearing at a gathering ever again.
Motherfuckers that want Mars back in Lotus. Like, I want Mars back in Lotus. You know what? Mars did an amazing job on Tales from the Lotus Pod.
Yeah.
And then when Jay, like, took him off and just, like, copied and pasted ABK into the album.
Ruined Lotus by putting copy and pasting Lotus.
ABK. But fuck that revisited version of Tales from Lotus Pod. Like, I like the original Red Cross Lotus fucking. But we're never gonna see Mars back in the fold again. And that's kind of like, you know, Twisted had a good run on Psychopathic, and right now, bless them for doing what they're doing, but fuck them for
doing what they did.
For doing what they did, yeah.
But that's speaking on doing what they're doing, though. Then, how do you feel about, you know, like this whole Rida shit and them doing the Lotus stuff when they do these shows, and then them steadily talking like how you say, you know, we know not to beat this dead horse, but that's what I feel like they do steadily. They put out that single, like last month or whatever, where it was here you do a Lotus album where you fucking steal Lotus and then say everything's all good at the end of the Lotus album, but then release a single a month later where you're like you're a bitter ex-girlfriend again, you know, like
I don't like that. Like it doesn't sit well with me, and it's like it hits too close to home because like I was on a record label, and when I say record label, I just mean it was a loose organization of like drug addicts. Like,
I've been in that same situation. Yeah,
like, it's not.
Shout out UG Promotions, Chicago, Illinois. Gave me the best couple of years, but still, you know.
And when I'm involved in something, I'm in like all the way. Like I was letting mad motherfuckers into my home studio to record songs and collabs, and I was doing all the graphic design for mixtapes, and we put out so much music. And I'm not going to take full credit, but I was kind of like manipulated, and I ended up like investing money into the making of T-shirts and, you know, buying on to fucking shows that we could all perform together. And I got ripped off. I got used. And at the end of the day, I had to walk away from this group of people because I was being used, right? So when Twisted left Psychopathic, I wasn't naive enough to think that, hey, maybe they were getting a raw deal and maybe they did really need to sever ties for them.
To even get a little taste of the industry, you could almost understand how it goes.
Yeah, and you know, how many times has ICP said that, like, oh, Alex Abyss is a snake, but he's our snake.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
That's the truth, man. That's the truth.
I know a lot of motherfuckers that, you know, really kind of like weren't happy with the way that Psychopathic run once Billy Bill was made the fucking manager of the fucking, you know, of the bread and circuses. Like, all I'm saying is that I don't know the truth. But I have seen underneath the curtain enough to know that it's messy and it's ugly and it's not pretty. And it's just, that's life. You know what I mean?
I know that I would rather not know the truth, and like I just know that I feel comfortable going with the side that is more uplifting to the community than the other side that is like feeding the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's put it this way: I have an allegiance to ICP, and you know, the video that you were referring to, the one I made recently, was a response to Beneath the Dirt, because he was questioning if juggalos are blinded by loyalty. And I watched this video and I thought about that. And I'm like, yeah, if you go online, if you go on the internet, you're going to see a bunch of fucking smart mouth juggalos mouthing off, fucking talking shit. And you're always going to find the bottom of the barrel on the internet. And of course, you're going to find motherfuckers that absolutely will not stop beating a dead horse. And so if Twisted is going to keep putting out these, you know, these disses or these, like, you know,
breakup letters.
Yeah, these little breakup
letters. That's what
it is. You're not gonna. Juggalos are gonna keep fucking poking the bear. They're gonna keep poking the bear. You know what I mean? That's never gonna fucking change. But I don't feel like just because I have a bad taste in my mouth about everything that happened, I'm a fucking stubborn dude, man. It's really hard to, one, turn me on to new music, and it's really hard to forgive someone who slighted me. And when it comes to that Juggalo march, when they didn't even have the balls to fucking, they basically let the ROC fucking come out and say it goes against my religious beliefs to fucking march when I didn't even march for black people, and I gotta reconcile with God about that. And then Twisted was like, "Yeah, we're with him." Like, what the fuck? You can't just piggyback on that.
See,
that's fucked up, man.
When that happened too, that was a thing I had with it. Was like, if anybody, okay, if he don't do it, that's fine. But I thought for sure at least them two and Blaze should have done it. The rest of them, whatever, you do your thing.
No, they weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to.
What I'm saying, that Twisted and Blaze should have absolutely done that march.
Yeah, they
and did what they did, because regardless of what.
Let's play devil's advocate. You left Psychopathic because you don't want to do all of the crazy shit that Violent J comes up with for you to do, and then all of a sudden, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 years after you fucking cut the cord, Jay's like, you got to come to Washington D.C. and perform for free, and they're just like, motherfucker, like you don't own us anymore. Like, we don't owe you anything. Like, but
I feel you there, but they shouldn't have. It's not owing them. It's
owing us.
As
I know. That's why I stopped supporting them, because I am us.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I am us.
Because we're not them, we're us. Yeah, and
so when they refused,
they wanted us for everything else. Yeah, but they don't want to support
us. I don't support them. That's how that works.
Yeah. And even then, I mean, even after all that shit happened, with even when we first started coming back, I was still trying to back them. I was still trying to keep the whole fun thing and keep them. But then it like Bobby said, dude, it was like every little thing that they did was like more of a jab. It's like just taking your head back. You know what I'm saying? The boxing, you can only take so many jabs, bro. It's like you keep hitting, and then the breakup letters, every single they put out, it's some talking shit like, oh, well, how we were treated. Oh, we were bad. Oh,
shit's over with. They've created their whole new career since then. Everything should be over with by then.
We talked about it before.
Is that they actually need to keep referencing that to fucking stimulate their base, because their most loyal fans are ICP haters.
Yeah. It is, and the thing is, dude, like we've talked about it before, like you see like the longevity the Psychopathic records has had, ICP has had. The same thing with Tech Nine and Strange Music. They got this longevity. Twisted, 10 years from now, you won't have M&E records. This is the way I see it.
Hey, shout out Joker's Gallery in here, and I know what you're saying. Jay might have wanted Twisted to do more, but Twisted always wants stuff from us. So if they would have gave us a little bit, we would have had no problem giving them shit. So if they would have done an album to commemorate the Juggalo March, if they would have showed up at the Juggalo March, they would still have a big chunk of the OG Juggalo fan base that they lost after that. I feel like that's not asking too much. I feel like that's asking enough for how they still will milk the old OG Juggalo community for things. And
I gotta say, you just reminded me of something, because I gotta backpedal a little bit and just clarify that I don't actually have anger towards Twisted. It's just that they angered me, and I stopped supporting them, and that is where it is. But I'm not currently like out for vengeance, and I'm not encouraging their name. And we're talking about it because this is an interview, and you asked me.
The reason why we're talking about it is because this is the first time that we've got to sit down and actually talk to you. You know,
and I feel passionate about it. But the thing is, here's what I actually feel passionate about. It's inconsistency. Okay, Juggalos have been overwhelmingly vocal about how, ICP is selling a fucking energy drink. ICP has merch in Walmart. ICP is doing this. They're so money hungry. Now, Twisted goes and does all this fucking shit
All the same shit.
And it's like they learned everything from Psychopathic, and they're just doing it without the Hatchet Man, and motherfuckers are buying it up. But it's the same motherfuckers. Now, listen, I'm not upset at Twisted about this. I'm upset at the Juggalos.
Yes.
The Twisted serial killing Juggalos that eat up the Twisted fucking family merchandise.
Yeah.
With that literally
Eat that same shit that they were hating at me
for inventing that fucking that move. You know what I mean?
These twisted serial killing juggalos drinking all that twisted soda, but we're hating on Spasmatic when it dropped. Those type of
motherfuckers. I mean, that's just one fraction of it.
One fraction of it. Yeah, one thing. You know,
that's what I'm talking about.
You
you couldn't, like I said, there's never been a time when there wasn't a bug up Juggalo's ass about something. And for the longest time, there was a bug up Juggalo's ass about ICP. Because after the 6 Jokers card was over, oh my God, the Tempest didn't rock their world. It's not as good as the Wraith.
Dude, hold on. We gotta talk about that then. Hey, we gotta talk about that. That's brought up here right now. We talked about it with Speaking Clout and Mikey Spears. I feel like the Tempest is one of ICP's most slept on, bombest fucking albums, bro.
Dude, I love the Tempest, bro.
Outside of the Joker's card, it is one of my most favorite ICP releases. I mean, I just want to hear if
that's mine too, bro. Like it's one of my.
I look at every album as like a timestamp of my life, and 2007 was the year that I performed at the Gathering for the first time. Yeah. That was the year that I actually came out to a show, and a stranger, a Juggalo that I'm just drunk in the parking lot with, said, "Hey, what's your name?" And for the first time ever, I said BstMstr. And you know what I heard back? Oh, shit! I know Dear Joe and Joey. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, what did I just do? I let the cat out of the bag in 2007. That's when I first revealed myself. And since then, it's never been the same. I'm like a micro celebrity now, against my will. I didn't have a choice in the matter. It was...
One of those Juggalo famous nerds, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter. Like, as soon as I opened my mouth and told people who I was, all of a sudden I had mad Juggalos in my apartment, fucking rapping and, you know, doing drugs and this is mad parties. Like,
hell yeah.
It was great. Look, I have fond memories from the Tempest era. And yes, I love that album. Are you kidding me? There's bangers on that fucking album.
Bangers, bro.
Yeah, we were talking about Mikey, and Mikey was saying it's not one of his favorites, but that's like legit. Like outside of the Joker's cards, that's definitely one of my favorite fucking releases. Psychopathic ICP has put out. But you them getting back with Mikey Clark after all that time, you know what I'm saying?
You can see how ICP pays attention to the climate and to the scene, and so when they saw that there was a kickback, right? Because look, the Tempest was the first time in history that there was a kickback on the ICP album. Because since I've been down, from Riddlebox to fucking Great Malenko to Jekyll Brothers to fucking Bizarre Bazaar to fucking Tales from the Lower Quad to fucking the Wraith, all of a sudden the calm comes out. The calm before the storm. And what is everybody saying? Like they had a fucking temper tantrum. It was like
that's one of my favorite albums.
I'm just saying, like that shit was different. That shit wasn't produced by Mikey Clark. That was produced by ICP. Yeah. That was them putting their balls out there on the line and putting. I thought that was like beautiful.
And I remember how wild that was. For that to come out then here, because you know we just made it through the Joker's card saga, and then they gave us the calm before the storm. And like James Fiend said, Yellow Bus, it was incredible. But then then to lead into the Tempest, to have this Mikey Clark collaboration again on Joker's Gallery. I know there wasn't a theme to it, but it was some of the best storytelling though, because you hadn't had that good ass storytelling for since the Joker's cards wrapped up.
That was like a forgotten freshness album that was never forgotten. Like they put it out.
What's up?
What did everybody complain about? They were like, I thought the Tempest was going to be like a big fucking storm that was going to like, dude, it's a roller coaster. It's a fucking carnival. It's like the fucking Tilt-A-Whirl. It's like the Tunnel of Love. It's like the Halls of Illusion.
That's what I got off this
like,
shit.
what the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with a roller coaster at the carnival? This is perfect. Like you guys
It was. It was and the whole album was a fucking roller
To ride
coaster.
to your inevitable doom.
Crazy ass tracks, and then you had those other tracks like fucking that would come out like Haunted Bumps and stuff, where that like different storytelling. I feel like the storytelling on the Tempest was some of the most on point shit out there, bro. Like every song on it was some deep storytelling.
Let's not forget what also came out during that time. It was the Quest for Shangri-La. So if you were an OG Juggalo and you couldn't appreciate the fact that there was a reunion with Mikey Clark and ICP and the fucking Dark Carnival games, Morton's list, that wasn't for everybody because that involves kind of like, I don't know, attention and like teamwork. Yeah, that's my shit right there. I played that game. My copy of that game, that sometimes I've had to lay out the cards to dry them because the beer was spilled on the table, and I gotta fucking put all the cards out on the windowsill to fucking dry them out. Like,
hell yeah!
I got a bunch of my cards signed. I got like Blaze to sign his game card. I got a bunch of the like homies cards are signed. Corpora Robinson, I got a bunch of the little cards signed into it.
Awesome.
But I don't have I don't have the rule book anymore. So someone needs to photocopy me and send me.
I got you, man. I'll take pictures of every page and I'll fucking send them to you.
My son's really into playing into the Echo side. We played it a couple of nights ago, and then me, him, and my girlfriend played it tonight. Yeah,
it's funny because I own every single game, and I never get to play them because I never get to hang out with Juggalos. Like,
yeah, I think that's
we
what we're
should
gonna have to
figure
do.
out a way to fucking play online.
Let's do like fucking I don't know. Juggalos Against Sanity or something online some night.
We should. Yeah,
that'd be dope.
I got that second adaption version. You know what I mean? I got both of them.
Yeah, I feel like everyone will grab the if everyone has their cards, I'll drop some off to Jiggy Fresh or something, and then we'll all just play
it should be easy enough. We could probably figure out how to do it. There's probably some logistics. Like we just need to be able to be savvy enough to like send each other like if you pull a card. You just need to like type up what it says and send it to each other, or hold it up so you can read it or something. Like,
hold it up to read it or something, and then the crowd gets to pick who.
There's gotta be like somebody who's in charge of the deck, and like if you're supposed to like show someone a card without looking, you take the card and like show it and don't look, and you know what I mean. I don't know, like that.
We'll have to figure it out some way. We'll figure something out because I mean it will probably be under these circumstances for a lot longer than they're saying, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Let's hope not, but
I'm actually right now I'm gonna be off for the next 2 weeks. Luckily it's paid, but still it's like the shit's not gonna magically go away in 2 weeks when I go back to work anyway, so it doesn't really even matter, you know.
Yeah.
I guess they're.
I know we haven't even talked about the coronavirus.
I know we really weren't going to, and this is probably like our 8th quarantine live stream, and more. We just don't want to talk about it because, again, we're not trying to beat fucking the dead horse or whatever. But that's life right now.
I was one of the first people to come out and make a video about that shit because as soon as I did research about it, I was scared, and I was like, wow, I see a lot of juggalos like kicking back, like just acting like contrarians, like they just want to be like, oh, it's not real. And I'm like, fuck, you guys are going to all kill each other. Like, I need to say something.
Yeah.
Me and Jiggy, the first weekend, even Matt Murderous, we took it lightly. Like the first weekend before they put the stay in place orders.
We're immune. We gather.
Yeah, we had like our last weekly web show here. We did me and Jiggy went out. We did a Fresh Flights. We went to a brewery around here and we filmed a little video. And but then like that Monday they put the stay in place in order, and since then we've been doing this shit. So
good on you, man. I wouldn't risk it because
no, I mean, like, we got older parents, so like I'm definitely not trying to, like, I have to go to work and that sucks, and I have to come back home and then maybe expose my family, but we're healthy as fuck here. I guess
tomorrow is going to be like the first Easter Sunday that I don't go to my parents' house, or that I don't like have dinner with my parents. In 40 years. It's fucked up.
Actually, like Easter is very symbolic to me in a lot of ways. Some ways that I don't really talk about or whatever. But to not be able to then go have Easter dinner with my family tomorrow is going to be super crazy. My mom's going to chop off some potato salad in the morning. I'll talk to her in the front yard and stuff.
That's good. That's
good. But other than that, it's just going to be like super weird to not go have Thanksgiving dinner.
Look,
Easter dinner. Sorry, Easter dinner.
Hopefully it's over by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right.
It's okay to be super weird. Like these times are like unprecedented. Nobody has a fucking rule book for what's happening right now. So, and again, I really truly feel this way. Everybody is allowed to feel the way they feel. Like if you're skeptical, be skeptical, but be fucking smart and safe, and don't injure yourself or your loved ones by being reckless. Don't go fucking licking flagpoles and. Just don't touch your face and
and if at the very least wash your hands. If they want you,
wash your fucking hands.
If you weren't washing them before, wash them now. Like I don't see what the harm is of washing your hands. I've been washing my hands so bad that they're like cracking and bleeding.
Yeah, bro.
Loaded shit right now.
If you guys are going out in public, put a mask on because what that's going to do is that's going to protect you from particles in the air and the viral load that could get into your system. It could affect you even just a little bit. You could be infected enough to actually be contagious, and then you could go and give it to someone who doesn't have the immune system to be able to fucking fight it off.
And that's why we're avoiding everybody just in case, man.
Yeah, but you could hurt somebody that you love, and it could all be without you even fucking knowing it.
Man, I was at the store the last couple of times since they've told you to start wearing the mask. I went to Walmart last week to stock up, and I was at Meijer yesterday, and it's just so weird being in a store with a fucking mask on. Like you see someone in a store with a mask, you're like, oh, stick up, like. But nowadays it's like now this is normal type shit. And,
I kind of
that's all right.
I kind of like you said. Like I like wearing the mask. Like I got the mask on, and I mean. It's all about your eyes anyways. Like if that's the thing is all these pussies that don't know how to make eye contact and talk face to face because they're all stuck on social media. You guys got to learn how to act in real life, and you got to fucking that's the thing. We're all quarantined, but when this is over, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a whole new situation.
No.
We all got to be very. We all got to be very kind to each other from now on because we seriously don't know what. Like seriously, I don't know how long this is going to last. I'm not telling you I know. I don't.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, nobody does, man.
This is what I was talking about before. If you guys, I don't mean you. I mean everybody watching. If anyone's watching right now, fucking, call the people you love. Tell them you love them. Like seriously, don't take today for granted. Like for real.
Hey TJ,
we should be living every
people up.
I'm going to tell you right now. This is the whole reason why we have been doing these these live streams every week. It's because I see these guys every week. Jiggy Fresh, I've known since I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? A young teenager, and we've been tight for all these years. I've known Matt Murderous for 10 years now. To not see these guys is crazy. So we do these streams really because of us. And now it's, we're also trying to break the monotony and try to keep things normal for everybody else, like you included, but everybody else who tunes in every week to watch with us. We're doing this because we know that this shit's fucked up. And the only way that we're going to get through it is with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard because I wanted to go live a lot. Like I just started, I just got back into it recently, and then this shit happened. And I unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what way you want to look at it, my job is considered essential. So not only am I still working, but oh my God, the stress, the mental exhaustion. Like I come home and it's just draining me, you know. Like
it's so weird, man. Because no matter what, coming home from work, I would already be tired or whatever. But like now, there's just like you're tired on both ends because you're stressed about what's going to happen tomorrow, and then you still have to go to work, take care of house and home and all that shit. It has been.
Well,
just
maybe
like
it's even
so
worse
weird.
for you. You got kids. I don't know about all three of you. I'm actually single, no kids, so I come home, I stay home alone. You'd think that I'd just be a pig in shit, like live streaming and doing all this, but honestly, I tried going live talking some real shit, and I got crickets in response, and I'm like, damn, I think I'm making people uncomfortable because I don't think everyone's on the same page. Like it's so hard. It's not my job to convince you what's serious and what's real, and I don't want to be that killjoy, but at the same time, I got to tell you how I feel, and I feel that, you know, don't think like, oh, this is a government conspiracy. The government has nothing to do with this. This is a medical thing. This is
Hey man, we did a whole conspiracy show last weekend. At the risk of killing our entire audience, we did a crazy conspiracy show last week.
I'm all about conspiracy theories, but
because you got to keep an open mind during these times, and not everybody is going to be on the same shit that we are, where we're trying to stay safe. Everyone else is going to have their own opinion, and I'm down to hear anybody else's opinion on this though too.
But I mean, like 4 weeks ago, like, you know, motherfuckers are just like, oh, fuck that. It's not real. They're just trying. You know, like, don't be stupid, guys. Like,
like he said, that was us 4 weeks ago. Like when it first hit, we were chilling, and it wasn't just us three. We had the other homies.
From Live or Die in the house.
Shout out Jigsaw Killer.
Like that whole day, we were doing like what we call a production day. Me and Jiggy Fresh shot Fresh Flights, and then we came back to do a web show with an interview. So we were like out in the fucking world, you know. Me and Jiggy Fresh went to 2 like public bar places and a liquor store before we came back to my house.
Yeah,
you know?
and we came back like, oh.
Luckily, that shit wasn't really hitting like it is right now. Because I'll tell you guys a fun fact, and it's not fun, but when I was in high school, and I'll give you a little more detail than what I said on my own stream on Carnival Spirits. But when I was in high school, I had a girlfriend, okay? And I was going to take my girlfriend to the senior prom, right? I was going to take my girlfriend to my prom, right? The day of the prom, I found out that she cheated on me. And I was like, well, you know, I found out, and I confronted her. And I had a choice to make. I was like, am I going to like look past this and take you to the fucking prom? Or am I going to dump you and have no prom date? So I dumped her, and I walked up to one of my friends, okay? This is a girl that I knew that was in like one of my art classes. And she was like, so what happened? I'm like, I just dumped her. And she was like, so what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. You want to go to the prom with me? And so I had this chick went to the prom with me, a friend, you know, platonic friends. I took this girl to the prom. We had fun, partied, whatever, you know, nothing sexual about it. She helped me out. Yeah, I got fucked over on my prom day, you know. Anyways, fucking 20 years later, she is married with children, and she lives in Italy. Wow. Italy is fucking hit
epicenter of this shit right now.
Yeah. Now I only found this out a couple weeks ago, and because somebody on Facebook kind of tipped me off, and then I was like, oh really? So I went and I looked at her profile. She's been posting updates like every other week for months, and I read all the shit, and so I actually know somebody in Italy who's been giving updates on the status out there. And she's like, oh, today, there's, I don't know, 8,000 new fucking positive cases. The death rate is it's just fucking. So I just know that this shit it's not a government conspiracy. This shit is a global pandemic. It's real, guys.
Shit. Hey, real as fuck, man. We can see it every day, I guess, going out there, and it's totally affecting it. I've been me, Jiggy Fresh included. We've been essential workers this whole time. It apparently has hit my building to where they were forced to give us 2 weeks off.
Wow. Oh, is it
Yeah.
because somebody in the building got tested positive?
I don't know. They couldn't tell us if they were positive or if they were. All they said was they may have tested positive or being monitored. It was somebody.
The same.
And it was
shit
somebody who had
happened
been in the building a
Yup.
lot. We think it was cleaners. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, that's ironic because now they got to shut down the building to clean it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's what they're doing. So, but it's like, if I had it, I might not show symptoms until I'm already going back to work. You know what I'm saying? If I got it, I won't. So it's just it's all weird or whatever. We'll see what and it's just something like you never before had to take it day by day when it's something like this. You know what I'm saying?
One of the stores that's nearby, they shut down because one of the workers there was showing symptoms, so they shut down, like protocol, and then when the test came back, it came back negative, so they opened up again, and then the next day, somebody in our store was feeling like they had symptoms. They called in, but because they hadn't been working for like 2 days, they didn't shut the store down. Long story short, their test came back negative, so we fucking dodged a bullet. But I feel like that's where the anxiety lives. We got customers coming in every day. Some of them aren't wearing masks. Some of them are fucking 95 years old. Some of these bitches are bringing in their fucking 5-year-old kids. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you
dripping snot and shit everywhere.
Why are you bringing your children out to a public place?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. That's why I'm a juggalo. I'm so disgusted with humanity. That's why I'm a juggalo, because I just can't stand.
Don't fit in with the rest of this bullshit. Yeah.
And I mean, that's my main concern too. Is like Bobby said, like my job's considered essential. Our jobs are considered essential, and it's coming home to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even when like I go to the store, like I don't take them with. I'm going on a solo. You know what I'm saying? I'm going solo mission. I'm not bringing my kids. I'm not bringing anybody with me. Going and come back, and like even when I get home from work, first thing I'm doing is, hey, I know you're used to coming and hugging dad, and I love you. Let me take a shower. Let me get this clothes off. Let me throw this shit in the washer.
Take a hot shower with soap, get yourself
get this shit cleaned up, man.
Taking all these crazy precautions, staying home. Me and Jiggy, and like even when we would get together, we used to get together every Friday. Matt Murderous, TeamMUJ. We would do the Weekly Web show, but then me and Jiggy would also go to like a local brewery, film a video there then too for the stuff that we did on our channel.
I thought you were going to say you guys go to like an orgy.
Oh no. But like I mean, hey, we can't talk about that on live right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't call us out of that. Yeah, that's the after hours chat. You guys got to invite us to the Carnival Spirits after hours.
Account shit, yo.
But yeah, so it really has. It's stepped up to what we've been doing regularly, like where we've seen each other at least once a week, and even Jiggy came and picked me up last week to run to this liquor store, and we didn't even we bumped elbows and shit, hey, I had a bandana on it in his car, so I didn't spit inside of his car and get particles inside of his car.
In the chat, Sean, they shut down his job for cleaning. It was only supposed to be for 1 week. It's going on a month now. He's been out of work.
That's crazy. It's just wild out there, man.
Hey, my job, the paper that they had said something about this 10-week program thing, but I don't think that has anything to do with what we're doing right now. But they said 2 weeks, but we're getting paid at 70%. It was originally supposed to be like 3/4 of our average over the last 6 months or whatever. But then before we left that day, it was like a revised paper and said 70%. But it says only 2 weeks. It says it's like a guarantee cleaning 2 weeks. So Sean's, I feel for you. I hope it doesn't fucking happen for us. You know what I'm saying? Hope it's not a month. But if it's a month, I hope they're just still paying me then, because I mean, really, it's 70%. I can live off my 70% right now.
All right, I got an idea. We gotta skew this conversation.
Yeah, for sure, man. Fuck that shit.
So let me ask you this, because this is the hard question that we need to ask. Do you think that the gathering is going to happen this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
I hope so.
You think?
Hey, because we speak no negativity on the. We can't speak
negativity.
any negativity on that shit.
All right. We're
Positive vibes
being
only.
positive in this motherfucker.
Every show that I've had tickets for, every show that I was booked on so far this year has been canceled. I have tickets to my girlfriend, my lady's birthday is in August. It's right after the gathering. We have tickets to a Deftones show in Chicago, outside, hotel room booked, all this shit. So that means the gathering has to happen. So then I can also go to this show that is right after the gathering.
Yeah, it does. What about you guys? You guys have tickets to shit that has been postponed or anything?
We were all supposed to be in Detroit like 2 weeks ago. Last week. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. We were all supposed to be in Detroit together.
I have tickets. I bought tickets for Motley
And the
Crue,
Ouija Max show.
Poison, Joan Jett at Fenway Park in fucking August.
Shit.
And
Nice.
And I also have tickets to Guns N' Roses. Oh, I feel
peace
like...
out, Shanzi. You're blocked from the stream tonight. Hey, look, so here for Christmas, I bought my girlfriend tickets to go see Silver Sun Pickups. We've been together 10 years. We've seen every band we've wanted to see. Silver Sun Pickups is the one that we haven't gotten to see all these years. It's the one that she's always wanted to see. She ran through our house like a little kid who got his Nintendo 64 on Christmas back in the motherfucking 90s.
What's this band called?
Silver Sun Pickups.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, bro. If you hear some of their songs, you've heard of them before then.
Okay, well,
look them up.
Look
them up after the stream.
I know them, but I don't know them.
Yeah. So we had tickets. It would have been in March 20th in Chicago. That's postponed. So hopefully they'll reschedule for that. But then we were at a TeamMUJ was going to be hosting the Ghetto Alchemy Tour 2 in Illinois in April at the end of this month on the 29th. It's postponed. The Wicked Clowns from Outer Space Tour 2. I was DJing on that tour with my boys Razor. And that's postponed till September. So
I know, man. My show was supposed to be in April, and now it's scheduled. It's not going to happen, but it's scheduled for 2 days before Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you don't think anything's going to happen the rest of this year? Then?
No. All right. I was joking when I said that, but I really don't think that, because look, the gathering is always being planned like right now. Yeah. There's no way they're able to lock down anything right now because there's so much uncertainty. That's all I'm saying, you know?
It's they don't have to start selling tickets till June.
Dude, this ain't going to be over by June.
I know. I'm just trying to be fucking...
I know you are. I'm sorry to be that guy. I'm just saying.
Wouldn't it be dope?
You said we were going to talk about this shit, bro.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
Hollow Wicked and the Gathering. And just do a first ever.
Yeah, let's do a gathering in October.
Gathering.
Yeah.
But we might not be able to go to Nelson Ledges. And if you guys haven't been to Nelson Ledges, you haven't fucking been to Paradise.
No. You got it twisted, man. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's not going to happen in June. That's all. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I think they're still going to make announcements in June, and we'll see what happens from there.
Hey, look, I want it to happen, but you know what? I'm not holding my breath because I'm realistic. That's all.
Yeah.
And you know what?
If it doesn't happen and nothing happens, I'm saving a lot of money this year.
That's right. You got to look at the positive. And for real, maybe we all need a break. Maybe we need a break. If it doesn't happen, it's not like you're missing out. There's no FOMO going on.
At least that's true. At least we're not missing out. But man, this just is it's fucking boring, man.
That's right. It's boring.
It's fucking boring, man.
We all got to cope with boring. But maybe we should all play Morton's List, the end of boredom.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I hear you, man. I
it out.
Maybe.
Yeah, hey, it's only inevitable that we would had to get to the fucking the world is fucked. Why bother conversations?
It is the end of the world.
Yeah, it is.
About it for a hot minute.
Yeah, we are fucking living through it, man. Hey, but other than that, dude, I am super happy we finally had to have you on the motherfucker.
Hell yeah, man.
I fucking appreciate you guys so much. And this is the kind of conversation we're having. I can only have that with people that I never get a chance to talk to, and I feel silly talking about these things on Carnival Spirits because I'm on Carnival Spirits all the time, and I feel like my viewers have heard it all before. And so I need a reason to fucking talk about this stuff. You guys have given me a reason to walk down memory lane, and it's really special to me.
Hell
you know?
yeah.
Talk about things that mean so much to me, like my own history and my own experiences. So I fucking love you guys for being interested and for asking and for listening. You know, that's fucking awesome. I love you guys for that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey,
dude,
bro.
Same here, man.
Bro, you came to the shit, and I like, you know, you told us a lot about you, and it was really cool to have those conversations because here, you know, we've only really talked through fucking, you know, and to actually have these conversations, it's really dope, man. I get to learn a lot about you. There was like, it's crazy because I felt like I had already known you by watching these videos, hearing your music or whatever, talking to you online, and then to have this conversation with you, I felt like it flowed natural because of that. Like where we had Devro on here like 2 weeks ago, and it was weird because like it was someone that we'd never talked to before, so we had to have like a formal interview with him. But for you, I felt like we were able to be a little bit more loose because like we had like known you.
Yeah, I know you guys. It's like I got a lot of friends on the internet that I've never met in person. People that don't fuck with videos and YouTube, and so I do know what it's like to have internet friends.
Yeah,
you know, and I feel like normies, they don't understand what that is to have an internet friend. But Juggalos, they understand that shit.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes some of your internet friends can be, I don't know, more fucking loyal than your real family or real life friends because through, I mean, let's be honest, in today's 21st century, everybody's texting. So everybody's talking to each other through texting and stuff, and you know, I just love how video kind of it bridges the gap. It's not
really because of this technology now. It is easier to like. We're like we might not be able to hang out every day, but I mean, people who have internet friends, you can really talk to your internet friends almost every day. You know what I'm saying?
Like every day, not like literally every day. Yeah.
As long as you guys are available, you can talk to your internet friends every day and hang out with your internet friends every day, whether it be through live streams or like playing video games, even. You know.
Hell yeah.
It's actually pretty special because, you know, when you know like all these juggalos all over the country, and you talk to them and you never met them before, that's one thing. But then if you go to a gathering and you actually get to meet that motherfucker, and then you go back to your fucking homes, that's like a brother that just lives across the country now. You know, it's very fucking unique what juggalos have with each other, and you can't ever take that away. I think that's why so many juggalos are so hard-nosed. They're like, fuck you, fuck what you think, fuck your opinion, fuck what you like, fuck what you don't like. I got my family, you know?
Hell yeah.
Fuck you can't break that fucking bond ever, you know?
Man. Like, you know, me and Jiggy Fresh, we might have been friends even with outside of this shit. Me and Matt Murderous definitely formed the bond on strictly just being on some Juggalo shit. And here, you know, we've been able to create these cool things just because of that. And then meet you and so many other people because of this. You know, we have a whole set of friends that are from about an hour away from us that we never would have met if it wasn't for this Juggalo shit that we see regularly and spend regularly.
You guys submitted video, you know, to Carnival Spirits Juggalo takeovers.
Yeah.
Watch that shit. You guys have explained in full detail, you know, all your homies and your extended family, and I love that shit. That's why I'm saying, like, y'all are the kind of juggalos that I want to watch on YouTube, and that's why I fucking begged you guys to fucking submit so I could put you on and kind of like showcase what you're doing, so that the fucking 5,000 subscribers that we have can see that there's other juggalos out here that are worth watching. Like, you know?
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, and thank you again for having us do that Shangri-La documentary that you guys put together. That was really fun, man.
Dope. Hell yeah.
That shit was live, man. That was hella dope. And like you said, man, there's a lot of these people that we've met over the years that that are through this Juggalo shit, man, that just, like you said, with our homies from South Bend that we go see that are about an hour away from us, it's like, it's crazy, bro. Like, we could go out there, and if we don't see all of them, at least the 2 or 3 we do see, or 2 that we see, whatever, someone's always going to have, like, hey, you guys need a place to crash. Hey, you guys stay here.
You guys hungry? You guys need this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Need that. Yeah, man.
It's so much love, dude. It's crazy.
Casa su casa.
That's exactly what many Juggalos fucking like. You guys, that's a very relatable thing, you know. Like that Murderous, the way that you met, you know, Bobby Blaze. Like, you know how many other Juggalos have met each other that way, like at the Wraith era and shit. You know what I mean? That's special. Like, and so for you guys to broadcast and explain that and share that, it's relatable. If Juggalos can't fucking relate with that, then, you know, they need to fucking respect it anyways, because that shit's real. Like,
and you know, I mean, that's how I feel like, you know, everything that we've done has been like natural, and that's why I like you guys too, man. It's just like this natural. You are a Juggalo, you connect with other Juggalo type shit, you know,
real.
Yeah, that real shit. Yeah,
real shit.
And a lot of people that we do and we have worked with, you know, whether it's been like Mikey or even like Violent George and shit from the Bender Boys, some of those people. Like, we still want to fuck with like a lot of people on your guys' team though. Don Chaos, we've been talking about getting on Don Chaos' show for a while. I feel like TeamMUJ, we want to go on Don Chaos' show and just talk shit, like Ouija shit for 2 hours.
Fuck yeah.
That'll be the most epic fucking show ever. I can't wait for that.
Oh, it's going down.
Lost in the sauce, Ouija Mac.
Be lost in the sauce for sure on the fucking Don Chaos show. We want to talk to Scotty Balls though too, and you know, like, I'm not really familiar with a lot of Cali Green stuff, but I've been watching a lot of his videos. Some of the shit that he did from like Juggalo Day in California and shit was really cool, you know.
Yeah. Well, I thought when you said Juggalo Day, I thought you said Juggalo a Day, because that was like a YouTube channel that was created that was inspired by Cali Green.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because there was a thing we used to do on Carnival Spirits called. At first, it was called Daily Spirits. So what it was is everybody on Carnival Spirits would pick a day. Like, I'd be Monday, Don Chaos would be Tuesday, Panic would be Wednesday. You know, like that, right? We'd all have a day, and we'd all make a video every week. We'd have a topic, and then we'd all make our video about that topic. And so every week there would be a new topic, and every day there would be a Juggalo a day, right? And anyway, we did that for a while. We called it Daily Spirits. Eventually, it kind of got too cumbersome and to stick to that regiment, you know. So then it became Weekly Spirits, where every week we would have a topic, and if you had something to say, you make a video. If you didn't, you didn't, because it's just kind of hard to like stick to a routine sometimes. But the thing is I fucking love the fact that we would inspire other Juggalos to do shit. And we would always try to rope Juggalos in, like, make a response, send us your video, tell us what you think about this or that. And these motherfucking Juggalos made a whole channel called Juggalo a Day that were doing exactly what we were doing, you know? Just every day a Juggalo would talk about shit. But what you're saying, Juggalo Day, the actual psychopathic event, fucking, I've never been to a Juggalo Day. I've never been to a Juggalo weekend, because it's always happening in Detroit or out west. And, you know, I've only been to one Hallowicked in my life 2 years ago.
I've actually never been to a Detroit Hallowicked. I've been to a bunch of Devil's Nights, but I've never been to a Detroit Hallowicked.
You really should, because...
But we were able to go to a few of the Juggalo days, though. I went to Columbus, and then I went to the Take Me Home show in, I think, 2015.
So what was the Columbus one? What was the
Columbus one was Malenko Day.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. Nice.
Yeah, dude, it kind of sucked, though. But yeah, dude, it kind of sucked. For real, I won't lie at all. It kind of sucked.
Well, they made it a whole tour, anyways. You know.
Yeah. So I at least got to see it, and I got to see it like enough on the when they did it on the tour type shit. But then they did the Take Me Home show. Me, Matt Murderous, had went out there, and back then I was signed to one of those record labels. You know what I'm saying? Like the same kind of record label you were on to, where, you know, like everyone was just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I was on a label out of Chicago called UG Promotions, and Matt Murderous was my roadie at the time, and we were out at the Juggalo Day 2015 Take Me Home show. Him and his girlfriend, Lotus Nixon, got back together at that weekend, so that was a good Juggalo Day. And then Ringmaster show, I went to the Ringmaster show in 2016, and that was fucking fire as fuck then too, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then the first DCG, that's something that I hope they bring back is DCG Con, because I got to go to both DCG.
That'd be the shit.
You know, it's so cool that you know, you made your DCG Con slideshow and you had a picture that was
yeah.
You got a picture of me standing in front of the video game little area.
The Mario blocks.
What Carnival Spirits had, this is actually a highlight for Carnival Spirits. We were able to secure an event at DCG Con because Scotty Ball came up with an idea of, hey, what about Backyard Wrestling, the fucking ICP video game on PlayStation and Xbox? Let's have a tournament. So he hit up fucking Jumpsteady. Jumpsteady fucking called him back, and they fucking lined it up, and they were like, yo, let's get KG, Kevin Gill, the guy who developed the game. Because remember, KG was not just the announcer for JPW, but he was actually the guy who created Backyard Wrestling. Like, so we got KG to co-host it with us. We got Psychopathic to provide us with 2 widescreen televisions.
That's the shit.
What we had to do was to come with the console.
The consoles, okay.
So we had to come up with the PlayStation consoles and the actual games themselves. It was actually a fucking challenge, man, because we didn't know if we had the right like hookups for the TV and the consoles. And I actually was in Walmart buying fucking cords for a PlayStation. That, you know,
in Colorado or what?
Like, oh my god, it's like, if I don't get these cords, we won't have our tournament. The pressure was on. Like,
man,
it was so hardcore, but it ended up working out flawlessly on day 1. Obviously, there was no day 2, but day 1 was amazing. I printed out these. It was like a March Madness. You know, March Madness.
The bracket, yeah.
Brackets, yeah. So we had bracket made out, and I literally stood outside. That's where you got the picture of me. I was standing outside
that doorway. Yeah.
I was carnival barking. I was like, "Hey, you want to play Backyard Wrestling, right? Come on, let's sign up." Like, I was signing motherfuckers up left and right. And
I just went in there to try to talk to KG because I had KG bring some records out from California or wherever, from New York or wherever the fuck he was at the time, California at the time. Bring some records out that I wanted to buy from him. So I went in there to try to chop it up with them, but you guys were hosting the game that day. So then here I walked out, took a picture, and you were just coming out at that same time.
That's awesome.
And see, that was before we had even really decided to start TeamMUJ again, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I put that video out however long afterwards.
Look, you guys know how amazing that weekend was, even though there were a lot of bones. Like, we made the best of it. It basically became a hotel party for all of us. And despite the events getting shut down, like, the music just moved to the Roxy. We still had the concert. Yeah. We still had all each other. We had all the lobby. Like, the hotel was chill as fuck. So they just let us run amok. It was awesome. It was so fucking dope.
Yeah, we went on some crazy adventures throughout Colorado the rest of the weekend. And
I almost jumped off a waterfall out there.
No, that was first night. That was the first night, actually. So that had nothing to do with ventures in Colorado. That was in the actual hotel of the.
Wait, you were in the waterfall in the hotel?
Almost.
He was going to, but like I kind of stopped him. But
that's in a video.
In that same drunkenness, he was telling me in the same drunkenness, that was when he was telling me we need to start MUJ back though. So, but the same drunk Jiggy was gonna jump off that waterfall that night for sure.
That's my alter ego, bro. That was
better known as Jackie Fresh.
Yeah, Jackie Fresh, not Jiggy Fresh. It's Jackie Fresh.
Dude, out of all the times that I've been to the Roxy, that was the most packed the Roxy was that night for sure. Like, I've been to the Roxy 4 times to do shows, Black Christmas once and Gorefest twice. That was my 4th time ever at the Roxy, and that shit was fucking wild. That was like
my
packed.
only time I've ever been at the Roxy, and I remember standing in line, and I remember seeing people being all pissed off because they were like, "What the fuck? I can't get in." They were only letting people in who had tickets from the event.
DCG came.
They weren't letting other people in.
Yeah.
And she said, "Wow, this is like some old school ICP shit here with the line around the block." Like,
we walked up to the door, and our Lynch, who works for LSP, was like, no. They're not letting anybody else in. He was just fucking with us. But the whole squad, it was like me, Jiggy, and like 6 other people. They fucking let us into the packed ass Roxy. But we had rented a car, and I parked in this spot. And just that same summer, the summer before, I had parked for Gorefest or whatever. The summer before, I had parked there for Gorefest the whole weekend. So I was like, all right, we can park our rental car here. We leave the ICP show, go back to our car, and it had just gotten towed.
oh no.
The rental, bro.
Yeah, the rental car. So like we had to call this number. The guy's like, "Oh well, you can pick it up tomorrow." I was like, "Man, we got a fucking flight home tomorrow. Like I gotta go pick it up now." Like we had to pay cash, like fucking like $275 to get my car out of the rental car out of impound that night. Wild. Yeah, faded too. Like we went to the fucking Roxy and fucking like drank like you weren't allowed to drink the next day, so we drank like every beer they had in the house, you know. And I got separated from the group, and I went outside, and outside the Roxy, it's like free for all. Everyone's just smoking fucking pot and all that shit. So I'm out there, like, and I got like super faded. Go back in to find my friends, and like right when I come in, Jiggy and my boy fucking Sweets are handing me like these tall ass beers, and like that was like the pinnacle of the night. By the time we go out to the car, I'm like 12 beers deep, and like we're like, dude, where's my car? Where's my car? Dude, it was wild.
Dude, we had to take that Uber ride back to the hotel. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, and me and Beast went and had to go pick up the car.
Yeah. And then me and Sweets and Sam Blue and
hey, give me a second. I'll be right back, all right? Give me a second.
Yeah,
you guys carry on the conversation. Tell us.
The car ride was crazy with the Uber driver, man. He had us he gave us his iPad or whatever, so we're like, oh, well, you ain't got no Juggalo shit on here, so we're just throwing all types of shit on us. And he was getting frustrated with us so bad. Driving like a fucking bat out of hell, dude. This shit was so wild.
Dude, I had a really weird experience with showing up in Colorado because when I got to the airport, you know, I knew, I forget what it is now, but the name of the hotel, right? I guess I got an Uber, right? It was my first time ever doing Uber. And so I get the Uber, and then I tell the Uber driver the name of the hotel. He brings me to the hotel, drops me off. It's the wrong fucking hotel. Apparently there were 2 hotels with the same fucking name. So I was stuck in the wrong hotel, right? And it took like 10, 15 minutes to get there. And it was just like my Juggalo luck, right? My phone was like on 3% battery. It was about to die. So I couldn't even like Uber again, right? I ended up getting a taxi to fucking, turns out the hotel that I was supposed to go to, the one that we were at, was literally right next door to the fucking airport. Like, it was right there. It was right fucking there. It should have been a fucking 5-minute around the block thing.
What?
But this Uber driver took me like into fucking Colorado, like into the fucking city. And I got a great scenic fucking route, like bullshit tour of, and a great conversation. By the way, the Uber driver was ill. Like, I had a great talk with him, and I sat in the front seat and had a great conversation with him. But it was after the fact I found out that the asshole brought me to the wrong hotel. And then I had to get the taxi to the right hotel. So I ended up spending like $40
Damn.
just to like
Just to get back.
Go through a little ride around
Colorado. Yeah, like
Well, that was the thing that kind of sucked too about them having to move the concerts and to the Roxy, is that the Roxy was really far from where our hotel was. You could see the Con Hotel from our hotel. We were like a block away from that, and the Roxy is like into Denver. You know what I'm saying? So that was about like 20 or 30 minutes in traffic back to the Roxy. The day that we found out that it got canceled, we got up in the morning, and me and Jiggy, being like the old men with kids who
The early birds
work all the time, we're like up early as fuck. And I was like, I sent a text message to all the group that it got canceled, and they weren't believing us or whatever. So we were like, hey, well, let's go see tourist shit in Colorado. So I took them all to Gardens of the Gods, and then we came back, and it was easier to get back to the spot where the Roxy was on the way back, but our hotel was then still back by the airport, and that's almost like 20 to 40 minutes, really, depending on traffic outside of Denver.
the cool thing about Colorado is that that's where Don Chaos is from. So when he showed up at the hotel, he had a fucking suitcase full of Faygo. He brought Faygo to the hotel, and we had it all lined up in the hotel room. We had Faygos all compliments of Don Chaos. Like, that's
the shit, man.
So fucking fresh. Like, talk about like hospitality. To his hometown, and he's just like blessing us with all this Faygo. Yeah,
that's
Don Chaos for that. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, man, fucking, it was dope for them to do an event like that in Colorado. Colorado is one of my favorite places to go to.
I love it.
And then for them to do an event like that,
like an excuse to go to Colorado. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah. It's fucking beautiful out there, man. Like, I want to go back just on some fucking, like you said, it's on some tourist shit.
Yo, you gotta tell some more Colorado stories. Let me take a leak real quick. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. So I hear you.
I figured that. I'm like, this wine is hitting me, bro. I gotta fucking eat.
That's why I kept the video clip earlier. I was like, I'm gonna clip the video and audio real quick. I was
gonna cut to my camera and watch from the backstage, and so I could keep up with you guys' conversation. But I was like, hey, fuck it, let me just go ahead and just trailer.
It was one of the Colorado business, man.
Shout out to everybody who is tuning in this motherfucking tonight, man. It's been super dope having fucking BstMstr in the house, man. For sure.
Hell yeah.
I know one of the things we didn't talk about was the custom clown clips information that dropped this week.
Whack.
I mean, I'm not super excited about it. If you were down to spend your money on that, that's cool as fuck.
I mean,
Matt Murderous.
Cool and all,
if you want to spend your money on this, Matt Murderous, I will not be mad if you get us a TeamMUJ shout out. All right, I will not be mad if you get us a TeamMUJ shout out or whatever. You get a little bit of you get those Cheeto Von Tweeto fun bucks that come in real soon. You want to buy us a TeamMUJ shout out? I don't care, bro. I will be super cool with that. So, hey,
straight.
What do you guys want to buy StreamYard for the next month? That's cool. But hey, either way, I'm not mad at whoever spends money on the custom clown clips. I just will tell you right now, I ain't doing that shit. And in these trying times of the fucking Rona and shit, I wanted some cool
entertainment. I'm gonna give him glorious on this bitch.
You better give me $300. That's $300, bro. Hey, do whatever you want with your Tweeto Von Cheeto dollars. That's cool. Get us that shout out. As long as it's an us shout out, I won't be mad at you. But if it's a just you shout out, I'll be mad at you. But what I think what they should have done was, since motherfucking Shaggy show was ending for the season, that motherfucking Violent J should have started his show. Boom. And then did 8 episodes of his show. And then
it's a quarantine thing though, man. He ain't got no one to shoot with right now. I think the Violent J and Ouija shit would have been all right. Ouija should have been. It should have been like Shaggy or Ouija, even though Keegan was the shit.
Ouija needs to give us a live concert on quarantine, and DJ Clay needs to give us a live DJ set on quarantine.
He did do.
These are the things that I demand right now.
He did do the show though, innit? DJ Clay and AR and Bales.
It wasn't a DJ set though. I want a DJ set though.
Hey, but shout out to DJ. Chunk.
That's what I want from
Chunk. Been cutting it up crazy on the IG.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Chunk, man. Chunk's a straight up motherfucking homie, bro.
Did you see him though?
Fuck
I mean,
yeah,
he was,
yeah.
he was beast
Yeah,
mode,
killer.
bro. He was going,
Yeah, straight up
he was
killer,
going ham on the.
And he said he's gonna
IG
start
Live.
scratching over that motherfucking fall
Cutting
to the
that
floor.
shit up.
That fall through. He did start doing.
Hey
that.
Jiggy, what'd you think of the other one that I sent you? Married to the Hatchet, Matt Murderous. You
I
too.
likes it.
Yeah?
Likes it.
I like how he
Fox
says,
Rose.
bought my witch wedding dress.
Just
Dude,
a
that
fucking
shit was
random
dope.
wedding.
Yeah. Bought my bitch a wedding just like a fucking wedding now. Oh, that shit's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
That was raw.
Never
dude.
again.
Dude.
Yeah,
Never again.
I know, right? That's Michelle's looking at me from across the house now. But
He's like,
yeah.
she's like, you heard Ouija. Bobby's like, you heard Ouija. That's what I'm gonna get it for. That's
Buy
it.
you that wedding gown for that. That's but I like I like that. I like that track.
Yeah, that track is dope. I ain't got it now, so
we were
I got it
talking
on my phone.
with Ouija put out that a single compilation then that has the Whoop Whoop song, has the Juggalo Life song, and then has a new song that hasn't been released called Married to the Hatchet.
Yeah, Chaos got that shit. He always cops all that shit. So he was sharing it with us. Hell yeah.
That Juggalo Life Jiggy got with this 3D printed baby Ouija that came out like sometime last year.
Yep.
That song's awesome, man. That's like a really cool.
I love that fucking song.
You know, the Stay Alive.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, but seriously, when that song, he released that as like an unlisted link to his SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
So I remember when I fucking first got that link, I took my phone.
Yeah.
I put it up, like I blasted. I turned it up all the way on my computer, and I put my phone down by the speaker, and I just like recorded the audio.
Recorded it.
And then I found some picture of Ouija like flossing with some weird, like, you know how he has like the patchwork pants and he's just got the full outfit. So I took the picture and I took the audio and I shared it on Carnival Spirits Instagram story.
Yeah.
And so many motherfuckers, that's like the first place they heard it. And they kept hitting Carnival Spirits up like, where is this from? What is this?
Nobody knew.
Yeah,
Bro. That shit came out.
When Jiggy got the exclusive link, we debated it like for at least an hour whether we were gonna go ahead and just leak the shit. But we're like, nah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
No, but what was dope though was Hollow Wicked.
Yeah, because you played the Hollow Wicked. Yeah.
My girl was at Hollow Wicked, so she sent me a live. She sent the Ouija's performance of him doing that song live.
Yeah.
And she was like,
And
"Oh,
you
look, it's
posted it,
Ouija's
right?
new song. It's Ouija's new song." I was like, "Oh, that shit's hype." And they're like, "Bro, we need this track. We need this track." And then I got the 3D printed Ouija, and it came with a little. It came with like a business card that has a QR code on it. You scan the code and go straight to the SoundCloud. It gives you that song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's fucking dope. Like she sent it to me. That was back in October on Hollow Wicked. So I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this.
Yeah,
She sent me a video clip, and then I ended up getting the.
I mean, I'm preaching to the choir, but Ouija Mac is a cool motherfucker. I love getting to meet him at DCG Con in Colorado.
That's where I first.
Where I got to meet him. You know.
Jiggy Fresh first.
Do not even tell the fucking fucked up story.
Got his picture with Ouija Mac at the at DCG Con that year. I was actually I'd like to say that I'm a person who doesn't get jealous by things. I enjoy seeing my friends and the people around me shine. But Jiggy Fresh knew that I was like hard marking on Ouija leading up to DCG Con. I was like, all we listened to at DCG Con was Ouija. And
it was Trash Fire, bro.
I was shoving Trash Fire down people's throats. And
that's where it all began.
And Jiggy saw Ouija before I did. And I'm not a hound dog person. I'm not like, I don't like to go get pictures or whatever.
I'm not a hound dog neither. I was just drunk.
Jiggy was just
I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go holler at him real quick.
Because he asked me not to, I won't tell him the story that led up to it.
It's not, okay. You can tell the part of the story, but don't add the other part that I did not say. You fuck.
It was real, bro. That part
I
was
did not
real
say
too.
that. I did not say that.
All right, look, I'm not even going to tell the story about.
No, you can tell the story, but I didn't say what you said. I said in the other previous stories.
Man, Jiggy's like, oh man, fuck that shit. As soon as we see Ouija Mac at DCG Con, I'm gonna go steal off on him. Then I'm gonna go steal off on him. And I was like, oh, bro, nah, bro, don't do that shit. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna do that shit for George Velakis, bro. I'm gonna go ahead.
That part did not get said, bro. That part.
I'm gonna go fucking. Said. I'm gonna go.
He's
I'm
adding
gonna
that
go lay
in
him
for
out, bro.
value, bro.
I'm like, hey man, hey, please don't do that, bro. Like, because I'll feel real bad because you're like my best friend, and I'll have to beat you up for Ouija Mac. You know, I feel real bad. You know,
bro.
So
George Vloggers part never got said.
We
Jackie
get
Fresh said he was gonna.
We get into the show. It's still first night. It's the night that Shaggy 2-Dope's gonna play and shit. So we get into the hall. Jiggy is like hammered, like, because like I said, he couldn't do the Colorado shit, so he drank like a hat. Like, I was watching him drink this bottle of Webmaster Baker was like feeding him this Jack Daniels bottle, right? And it was like cartoony because Jiggy would put it back and it was like he was fake drinking, but then he put that bottle back down and like chunks of this bottle would be gone. So we get back to DCG Con and he's saying all this shit, and for real, man, like, here, like, I'm a little faded and not paying attention. He's like, oh, there's Ouija, and he takes off running. I'm like, oh fuck, man, he's gonna go punch Ouija in his face, and like this is fucked up, you know. But then he comes back and he's like, oh, bro, look, I got a picture with Ouija. Ha, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, dude, that sucks. Because now you and Sweets got pictures of Ouija and you guys didn't even listen to him before we came here. Like, and you're out like heavy Ouija, and I didn't get a picture with him at this whole convention shit. I bought his merch. I fucking bought his DCG Con exclusive card, all this other shit, you know, like, damn.
It was Colorado that put me on. I ain't gonna lie. It was trash fire, like, all day, every day, nonstop.
Jiggy's made up for it since then. Now Jiggy wears head to toe Ouija Mac clothes everywhere we go.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so
drip dropped.
Yeah,
so it was like the day, the first morning that shit was shut down, and we were all out in the lobby. Everyone's just like lounging, smoking. That's when like I had an opportunity to fucking talk to Ouija. He came out and started socializing, and you know, I took advantage. You know, I was like, "Yo, can I get some pics or whatever?" I got some selfies with him, me and some of the crew, Carnival Spirits, and then you see like Rude Boy, and I was like, oh, I got an opportunity to go like talk to Rude Boy, get some. Actually, I didn't get any pictures, but somebody was fucking like videotaping me. Like somebody was like live streaming me while I was talking to Rude Boy. I think it was Brooklyn Menace. I don't know, but I saw the footage later. I'm like, holy shit, you just like recorded my whole conversation with Rude Boy. Like, it's like that was a private conversation, bro. Like,
ooh, what are you saying? Shit.
Like, you got to be careful nowadays. Like, if you're just out in public, you could be fucking on YouTube. You don't even know it. Like,
everybody's got a camera nowadays, man, for sure.
Yeah. And then, but here's the highlight for me personally for DCG Con. Vinny, the ICP kid. Vinny, the ICP kid, came out and just because he was running the Texas Hold'em Championships, the card games at DCG. After that shit was shut down, he had nothing to do. So he came out and kicked it with Juggalos the whole fucking weekend. And I got to meet him. We fucking bonded. And we fucking hung out for fucking hella hours. And, you know, since then, it's like he's not really an internet guy. But every once in a while, fucking Vinny the ICP kid pops up in my notifications giving me fucking the comments, and I'm like, oh my god, like,
yeah, right.
As an old school Juggalo, for me,
seeing him on a Shockumentary and shit, like, as a youngster, you looked up to this motherfucker for sure.
The original Juggalo,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
And we were like, oh my god, there's someone like me, like.
This motherfucker made the word fresh synonymous for Juggalos worldwide, bro. Straight up.
He is exactly the way he presents himself in Shockumentary.
Yeah.
Like, he's not.
Yeah, I've met him a few times over the years. First DCG Con, a couple other times in Detroit. Like, luckily, we're really, really close to Detroit, so we've been able to go to a lot of the shows that are out there. Right. Like it's weird that like Jiggy's been to an actual Hallowicked. I've never been to an actual Hallowicked, but I've done.
Oh no, mine was
every other
Devil's
event.
Night too.
Oh, was it Devil's Night then also?
Yeah, that was the night before.
It's funny because when I was at Hallowicked,
It was in Detroit though.
my first Hallowicked, I was I might have been on acid or something. I was on drugs, but I see Vinny there, and he's like, "Oh, will you take a picture of me and D Lyrical?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I like took a picture of them, but it was all in the shadows and it didn't come out. So, because like the lights of the JCW stage were in the wrong place, and they're like, "Oh, let's go over here." And so I'm like, "Okay, sure." And I take another picture, and it came out horrible because I'm on drugs. I can't take a good picture. Like it's like you know. And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even get a picture with you. Here I am. I'm your fucking cameraman. You're the ICP kid, and you're Miracle, the guy that made Intelligence and Violence with before. Like, hello, why am I not getting a picture with you? I'm taking your picture. Like, what the fuck is going on?
What's up, dude?
Taking your picture while you're marking out instead of me marking out and get a picture with both of you? Hell yeah.
For real, I got to give a shout out to D Lyrical because D Lyrical, like, I met him at the gathering, okay? And unbelievable, like for me personally, you know, he kind of popped up out of nowhere once Intelligence and Violence was resold. Remember that after the Carnival of Carnage show, Intelligence and Violence, the CD became a thing.
Yeah.
So he popped up out of nowhere, like out of the woodwork, and then he went to the gathering, and it was I think it was Whoopstock. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Okay, so I show up at the gathering the first day of Whoopstock, and I got homies. I'm trying to rendezvous, and I'm walking to where my campsite's gonna be, and literally I've been on the grounds for like 10 minutes. Okay, and I'm just walking to where I know my homies are, and I see someone coming towards me in a golf cart, and I hear BstMstr, and I'm like, oh shit, here it goes, because that happens to me everywhere I go at a Juggalo event. I get called out, BstMstr. People recognize me. I don't know who the fuck you are, and that's just my life. But you know what I mean? Like I recognize because I'm BstMstr. So, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's how it is. Like it's hard for me to remember people, but they always remember me. And so I'm just like, all right, here's the first one. Who is it? Who's calling me out? It was fucking D Lyrical. Was the first person to recognize and call me out by name at that gathering. And I'm like, and this is me meeting him. And I'm like, oh my God, like, nice to meet you. You calling me out? Like, you know who I am? Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of life is this? Like, fuck away, man. D Lyrical is one of the coolest motherfuckers. He is so fucking fresh. To steal Vinny's fucking term. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you got to use that shit.
Dope motherfucker. I kicked it with him at the gathering last year and the gathering before. Like, he's just good people. You know what I mean? He's humble as fuck. And he actually has a perspective that no one else can conceive. He recorded Violent J on the karaoke machine before ICP.
Yeah, back in the day type shit. OG shit.
He's got knowledge
that
you can't even comprehend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know, man. Like, he's just a cool one. I got nothing but respect for D Lyrical. Shout out to D Lyrical. He's giving Carnival Spirits shout outs. He's just the most humble dude. And if anybody like doesn't realize this, he's out there. And he music, and his daughter break dances. Like, he's just a cool motherfucking juggler.
Yeah, and that's like some legendary shit, man. To be part of this fucking legendary history shit, man, for sure.
Absolutely. But yeah, so going back to I got to say this about DCG Con. I wanted to say this while you were taking your leak, but then I realized I had to pee too. I got a homie that I got to give a shout out to because she just released a new song, a new single and it's on Instagram, not Instagram, it's on fucking Spotify, right? You guys can check it out. Her name is La Perp. That's LAPURP, La Perp. All right. like short for purple, I think.
Yeah.
So this chick, I know her because I met her at the Juggalo March. She came up to me and she introduced herself. She's like, "You're BstMstr, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she's like, "All right, I heard you performing Dear Joe and Joey at the Gathering in 07. Remember I told you I performed that shit and everybody heard it?" Like, she was one of the people that heard that shit. And she gave me a compliment. She was like, "Yeah, you know, I really felt the lyrics of that and I never heard it before." And I was like, "Wow. Like, you're saying that's the first time you heard that shit at the Gathering? Like, that's amazing." And I was like, "It's nice to meet you." She's like, "Actually, I met you before at a Gathering 2 times." So that's the thing. I'm so fucked up at the Gathering. I don't even remember who I met. And I'm like, all right, so I met you twice before. We're at the Juggalo March. I'm meeting you for a 3rd time. I got to get my shit together and remember when I meet people. But I'm like, thank you so much. And her name is Sarah. She's fucking ill as fuck. She put out a song called "Hop In," and you know, she shared it with me. She emailed it to me years ago, and she finally released it. So I want you guys to check it out.
You said we can find that on Apple Music, or like,
you can find it on Spotify and YouTube. I'll send you guys a link and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, it's dope as fuck, man. Like, it's serious. Dude, she got it like mixed, or I'm sorry, mastered by Straight Jacket.
Okay, hell yeah, Straight Jacket.
Yeah.
Done some quality for sure.
She's in Detroit. She's got an album coming out. I gotta plug her shit because I mean, honestly, this is her first single. You know what I mean? And at DCG Con 2, she was working the merch booth.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was hanging out with her at the Roxy. We were just kicking it, drinking, and then all of a sudden she was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go because my friend is all fucked up, and I gotta cover for her, and I gotta go be the bearded lady on stage for the fucking clown show." So she ducked out, and then all of a sudden she's on stage wearing a fucking beard, wearing a fucking sexy dress on. Like, I'm like, "Oh, like, dude, you are the shit!" Like,
That's dope. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely send her the link. Send us the link so we can check her out after this shit for sure.
Hella dope song too. I'm not even gassing her up. Like, the song is dope. You guys got to hear it. It's called "Hop In." Her name is La Perp, and yeah, she's got other songs out there too, like features. She's actually on Born Dead 3. You know, Project Born.
Yeah.
If you listen to that album, you've heard her before.
Yeah, I don't know where Matt Murderous went, but Matt Murderous is like I don't know, super tight with Project Born. So we're we get everything that they send Matt Murderous everything like first, and then we get it right after Matt Murderous gets it. So it's
nice. Yeah. So you guys definitely check out La Perp Hop In on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. She's got like a video with, like, you know, animation visuals coming out soon, and you guys won't be fucking disappointed. It's fucking ill. You know, she's got a really good voice.
Yeah.
She sings the hook. She's got bars. I'm just saying, this is a juggalo out here who's actually doing it. You know. And I respect that, because when I see juggalos out there, that, I mean, it doesn't come easy. You know this. You know. It's not easy to put yourself out there and, you know, I don't know, create a following or whatever. Like, I don't know how to do it. If I did, I'd be doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So I got to give it up to people that are actually trying, and I got to help. It's just like with you guys. I saw you guys doing it, and I'm like, I got to help you guys any way I can, because you guys deserve it. I feel the same way about Sarah. Like, she's actually got some fucking talent. So if anybody out there is sleeping on her, you shouldn't be, because she's going to blow up. I mean, she could, if you guys pay attention, you know.
Right.
You know, I feel
that's really all it takes. You know what I'm saying? Is people to pay attention for sure. So if you guys are checking this out, man, go ahead and check that shit out. We're definitely going to send us some links so that I remember, because if not, then, you know, I might not or whatever.
Oh, I'll fucking hook you guys up. I'll send. I'll be leaving links in the comments of this video right here.
Hell yeah. These videos will be up here on Matt Murderous is coming back in this motherfucker. Perfect timing. It's hell yeah, there you go.
What up, Matt Murderous?
Oh yeah, I came back in this bitch. Man, hey, really, man, I definitely want to thank you again for coming in tonight. It's been super dope, dude. I feel like this has been a really long time in the making. So for us to sit here and have this like Joe Rogan experience 3-hour plus conversation has just been really great, man. It's it's badass, man. I know that for what you guys have done here at TeamMUJ, we kind of look up to that. You know what I'm saying? And it is like I feel like we're on the same beliefs where it's all about doing this for the family. Like we're all putting each other on, and I think you guys do a really good job at it. And I appreciate you guys looking out for us as we're trying to do it also, you know.
Hell yeah, dude. It's definitely much appreciated.
You know, you guys got good concepts. Like, you know, you got your fresh flights, you got your segments. You know, you actually put some thought into the architecture of a podcast, you know, and that's something that I don't think people understand, you know, how difficult it is to put on a show like that. It's a lot different than just like going live and bullshitting with the chat. I mean, and no disrespect to people that do that, because a lot of juggalos out there are connecting with other juggalos by just doing that, by just going live and fucking shit up, you know, and I got a lot of homies that are out there doing just that.
Yeah.
It's just
a lot of our shows, we've never like really depended on the chat. It was even for a while where we didn't even do the Instagram live while we did our show. It would just be a straight recorded show. So doing these shows, really, we know that we try to eliminate as much dead air as possible. The team give me shit, like how you say, you know what I'm saying? The team give me shit though, because I'll straight talk over motherfuckers sometimes because I'm just like no dead air, you know what I'm saying? So if nobody's talking, I'll just like blah 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 blah, just steal the shit, whatever they're saying, you know, and just just keep talking it out, you know, like but I feel like because like all we do is just talk, it's just us friends talking with each other. I feel like there's no reason for people to watch, so we at least have to give them some reason to watch. But it's just our normal conversation and whatever like cool shit we add to it. It's crazy to think that we can stay afloat just talking live with like just our regular homies and people still watch, you know.
I got a question for you. This is something that I could possibly ask you guys behind the scenes, but I'm going to ask you right here live in front of everyone.
Uh-oh.
When you first submitted like your videos for Carnival Spirits Juggalo Takeover, right? You know how like I would add like background music sometimes, and I would actually do like put an intro, like a little Carnival Spirits Juggalo Takeover intro in the beginning and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch the video and like actually notice that I was editing the video?
Yeah.
You did.
If you watched our videos after we started having you host our takeover videos, a bunch of shit in our videos changed. We never once thought people needed to know our names and shit, so we never put our names in front of us until we saw you edit our videos.
I don't just mean putting your names in the beginning, but I actually
zooms in and shit like that.
Yeah. I would do little things like. Yeah. It's like if you said something funny, I would zoom in on you for it, or if there was like a moment. Where
if you watch our fresh flights, that's where really like I got that kind of idea. Is a lot of times Jiggy makes these crazy ass faces when we do fresh flights, so I definitely do the zoom in and shit. But it was just like when you see other people do editing stuff, you're like I watch people's videos now, and I'm like, oh okay, I know how they did that. You know what I'm saying? So now I could do that. So when I started watching when you would edit our videos, I mean, like now, like if you watch our videos now, we have a fully fucking customized intro. We put our names in front of us. We zoom in on certain things. There's always something to look at. You know what I'm saying? It was just because we knew that if you're not gonna, you don't need to just watch me talking in front of my closet door that has a poster in front of it or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
using like green screens and stuff in certain cases, and you already had like a foundation of like segments. Like you would have like Matt Murderous have a segment with his girl where they would like, you know what I mean, do a thing, and then there'd be another segment. So you guys were already doing like you had a structure. But I would just go through it with my own critical eye, and I would edit it.
Yeah.
the way that I edit my boys. Because when
But
Callie,
that's cool though too, because that's me editing at one time, and really the team only gets to see the bits and pieces that I do edit, and then I put out the full product. So it's like me editing it, and then someone else like looking at it with clean eyes and going, "Oh, well, here's what else I would do to it," you know. And I
do this all the time for my crew, like Panic 17, Cali Green Too Fresh. You know, we've been doing interviews, like we call them in the tunnels, and what we would have is they started out being just audio, where Scotty Balls would talk to motherfuckers like, I don't know, Big Hutch or A&B or Kung Fu Empire, and I would actually edit it and take out all the dead air and all the bullshit and make it a better listening experience, you know. Or I take a video and I would just like, if they fucked up, if they said something wrong and then it stuttered, I would like take out the stutter, you know. I would edit it out and make them look better, you know. And I always enjoy doing that, because it's like it's like a, I don't know, it's because I have a lot of pride in the channel, and I have a lot of pride in the team, so I always wanted to make my boys look better, you know, and I wanted to make them sound better. And so when I did Juggalo Takeover, I wanted you guys to look as best as you could. And so I tried to help out the best I could by giving you the benefit of my own critical eye. And it's not like I was trying to edit you.
No, man. And if anything, what you did is really inspire us to keep trying new things. And like, I mean, I feel like now, I mean, if you watch the last web show we did before all this, you could see that, like, I mean, really, if you watch from our very first ones, the structure is all still there, but we've made it way more visually appealing to watch. You know, and then we have a custom track that we play in the background, because I never thought we needed to have a fucking background track until I was like, oh, maybe it sounds better to have a background track. You know,
sometimes my background tracks are a little too loud. Like, I've listened to other people's podcasts, I'm like, oh, you guys got that way low.
When I listened to Ashtrays and Action Figures, I didn't like their background track in the background. I felt like it was almost distracting, but I think if you have it low enough, it's good. You know what I'm saying?
If it's the right level, it actually just helps guide you through the episode. Yeah.
Our homeboy Jigsaw Killa hooked us up with a custom intro track, and then he gave us the beat. So then now that beat's gonna be the beat that rides through the background. But then we did like we have a whole custom intro. I mean, everything we felt like had to be more visually appealing, and it's a lot of work. But I feel like that type of work definitely, like, if we don't necessarily we don't care if people are watching the shit, but more people are going to watch it the more we put into it. You know what I'm saying? And
of course,
that's what we have been doing. Like, we're even in this time when everything's fucked up, we knew that if we couldn't do the web shows, we still had to do these live streams. We really want to do more Twitch channel. We want to do more, you know, just of this regularly. Like, it's hard even still, because up until these next 2 weeks, me and Jiggy both are working. So really, would like Matt Murderous would be the only one who would have the time. You know what I'm saying? And it would just like, it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying?
I think you guys are doing a good thing. Like from an outside perspective, just like not part of the Midwest Juggalo clique.
Yeah,
I totally respect the passion you guys have for what you do beyond your friendship, because you guys could continue to be tight homies and not share it with us.
Yeah,
you have the ability to be friends and not share. The fact that you're sharing it with us, even if you don't get the credit you deserve ever, like I believe that it is valuable to the Juggalo community, because maybe people will watch it after the fact, like, you know, and even if you don't do it live, like we're live right now, but people will watch it tomorrow, and the next day, and people are going to be quarantined until 2021, so they're going to watch it. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Slow down, bro.
There's plenty of opportunity. I'm just saying, like, you guys are doing a good thing, and real recognizes real. Like,
it's cool to hear that, though. It really is, man.
Real, man. Like, I've been a fan of when I saw when you guys actually stepped up and started doing this. I'm going to be honest. I didn't even remember that you were the same guys that had that website until you said so, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You guys had that website. Like, I was like, I didn't remember. Like, because I joined every fucking website. There was like a million fucking websites just like that, and I had an account on all of them.
Really, I mean, that's how we feel about this shit though now, though, too, is that there's a million other people doing this type of shit, so you have to do something that makes different.
You guys are doing it really well. So just,
but also, like, we're not trying to. I don't know. There's a lot, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but there are people that are doing it, and I feel like they do it for the wrong reasons. We're doing it because this is like what we have, like what we do on our spare time.
Well, I already told you that's the reason why I joined YouTube in the first place. Is I saw there was a lot of fuckery. There was a lot of pandering. There was a lot of, I don't know, like juggalos that maybe weren't really juggalos, but they just liked the attention they got from juggalos. So they thought if I show juggalo love, I'll get love. And because surely when you throw a whoop whoop out there, you're gonna get something back.
You're gonna get a couple of those whoops back.
Yeah. So you can be a crackhead that's just looking for fucking. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean. The boy blue.
Shit.
Look, all I'm saying is you guys gotta keep doing you. You know, just keep doing you and keep fucking living and keep fucking sharing with us. You know,
I've never really heard anybody say about how like we're sharing our friendship with motherfuckers, and I feel like that is cool as fuck because really that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that people watch our shit and can at least like see that like we've said that really from the beginning. It's like a blessing to be able to see my boys every fucking weekend. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got another plug. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a brand new Juggalo podcast. It just started like last week, and it's a bunch of juggalos that are in Pennsylvania. All right. And if you've been to the Gathering before and you've seen their club scrubs, all right, they're the Scrub Club.
Yeah.
Wear shirts that say Scrub on them. And I know a couple of those guys. Yeah, I know Joey, I know Rocco, but the rest of these guys, they decided to start podcasting, and they've got like 2 episodes out.
Hell yeah!
I watched it, and it's not like they remind me of you, like they're like you, but they remind me of you because they are a tight clique of Juggalo homies that have been down forever that don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about them, and they are now broadcasting.
Yeah.
And so the name of their show is called the Ugly Juggalo Podcast.
Oh shit! You can find that on.
Man. Like, look, I'm not saying that you guys need to fucking subscribe to them, but you should because they are real juggalos doing real podcasting, and I can't wait to see what they do next. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Yeah, let that check out for them for sure, man. I feel like I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are just on some real shit that we need to check out more and more with.
It's the quarantine that prompted them to start it. You know what I mean? They're like, we've been meaning to do this forever, but now that we're all fucking in quarantine, they finally did it, and I'm like, good. That's awesome. Yeah. I wish more real juggalos would do that because I'm a juggalo's juggalo. That's what I'm a fan of. I want to see real juggalos up in this motherfucker. I think 10 juggalos are fucking priceless. What is Jay saying? Like, fuck 1,000 fans. I want to see you 10 juggalos on YouTube.
The 8 motherfuckers in here now still watching who have stayed average with us tonight watching on all the shit that we've talked for 3 solid hours. Those motherfuckers are priceless to us and the reason why we do it. I mean, when we were dropping those videos in the beginning and, if we're getting 20 views is still cool to us because why would 20 people want to watch the shit that we're talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Juggalo viewers are priceless.
Shit. Entertaining.
Yeah, so once we got to like 80 views or plus, and we're like, oh shit, 80, and it might not even been 80 individual views. It might have been 40 people watching it 2 different times. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I don't know how the algorithm. Either way, people are watching us.
I don't think many people like watching things more than once, but trust me, you probably got unique views. But since I'm giving shout outs, I got to give shout outs to some of the other, motherfuckers that have been doing it because I can't exclude them. I got to give shout outs to first and foremost, the Carnival Spirits crew. Like everybody else besides me on Carnival Spirits, These motherfuckers
Right.
keep it going. If it wasn't for them, there would be no Carnival Spirits. Like maybe you could say if it wasn't for me, there'd be no Carnival Spirits because I've been a driving force, but I wouldn't been able to do it alone ever. You know, I needed them to keep doing this shit. You know, people like Scotty, Callie Green, Don Chaos, Shanzi. I mean, there's so many more. There's so many more. Like the people that have been involved in the past. We've been around for over 8 years. It's been a lot of people, you know. And then there's been people that have been viewers of ours that were inspired by us that went on, you know. And so it's like any juggalo out there that has the balls to fucking live stream, yo, I fucking support that shit. You know, people like Tales from the Lotus podcast, you know, people like, I don't know, like Mike Sears, Speak Your Clout. That motherfucker's dope as fuck, man.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to Mike for sure.
Some work on this shit, bro. For
you
sure,
know,
man.
people like Beneath the Dirt, you know, people like Crazy McCormick, people like the Bender Boys, like all these motherfuckers are out there doing the damn thing. I'm saying, like, everybody's out there trying to get their piece, right? And I feel like it shouldn't be a competition. Like we should all try to help each other. And I've always tried to do that. I literally have always tried to fucking put people on. And it almost feels like sometimes I'm like annoying people because I'm trying to get them to do shit. So sometimes I'm like, all right, maybe I should just step the fuck back and let people do their own thing. And, you know, I go through phases where I kind of burn out on trying to fucking rally the troops. And then at some point you just got to let people do their thing, you know? And, you know, like shout out to DC Fago guy. Him and his girl fucking hate me for some reason, but I fucking love those guys and I fucking put them on. I actually gave him tons of content ideas and we collaborated for years. And then he fucking quit and I don't know, he unsubscribed. I mean, he unfriended me and shit. Like I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I mean, I do, but I don't because I'm a juggalo. I'm a prickly pear, you know, like I get it. Not everyone's going to get along with me, but at the end of the day, man, we all have this common bond that supersedes this petty, like, oh, you know, I didn't like that one thing you said to me 2 years ago, like that kind of shit. I don't fucking know.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah, we're lucky right now to where all the shit we talk, we haven't been met with a whole lot of hate. I think we fluctuate through subscribers because we say some things that people don't want to hear every once in a while, but we really haven't seen a lot of hate because I think that was one of the things about MUJ is that we've really tried to keep it tight knit to where we didn't spread out too far. It's a weird way to think it, but it's like I felt like if I couldn't come see you right away, then you probably shouldn't be in the group. You know what I'm saying? If I couldn't like come physically talk to you, then you probably shouldn't be part of this shit. You know what I'm saying? At least right now, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not like this big thing, you know what I'm saying? We're like this close knit like family group to where if I can't come physically talk to you about some of the things that are going on with this shit.
Maybe that's part of your charm. Maybe that's part of what makes it special, you know, that you
when we did it before, we had a couple people that worked. Our homegirl was from Colorado and she lives in Colorado, and then we had another person that was in like Peoria, Illinois, but everybody else was always people that I could like come like, you know, physically talk to. We could have like physical get-togethers to where I could kind of tell you and you could get my presence of what I wanted you to do, other than me just like texting you, hey man, we should do this or whatever. Then we actually get together and talk about it and make those things happen because of that. I feel like it's easier to where if there was someone who lived far away and we wanted them to be part of this, it'd be harder for them to get involved in everything they do if they weren't self-motivated.
That makes what you do unique. I mean, because from my side of things, everybody is far away. Everybody is remote, and it's all about the connection through the internet. So I've done a lot of networking with people where I mean, I can't lie. I've actually like scouted Juggalo talent for Carnival Spirits. And so when I would see a Juggalo on YouTube that was doing something that I liked, I would hit them up and I would invite them to join Carnival Spirits and I would rope them in. And so I actually like eventually I started like building a huge team. We called it the Juggalo Jedi Council at one point, where we would invite a new crew member and we would make them a trailer like it was a big fucking red carpet event or something, and they'd have their own trailer that we debut a new member, you know, and then we would have them join us in our videos and stuff. And it eventually got a little bit too big, and people weren't that committed, and it just, well, whatever, times change. But all I'm saying is that I always maybe bite off more than I can chew. And obviously, you know, to maintain something like a channel, you got to have consistency, and you got to have passion for it. And you certainly don't need to have like 75% of the people on your crew as bench warmers. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's better to just make your crew smaller. And like, so what we did was we basically I actually shut the whole channel down for an entire month last September. I basically cut everybody off of the channel, and then after the month was over, whoever actually came back and wanted to be a part of it, I let them. That means everyone who felt a certain way, like, oh, you kicked me off, like, motherfucker, if you just came back, you would have been back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was an open door situation the whole time anyway. All you got to do is say, hey, I want to be back. You would have been back. You know what I mean? It's on you. That's what I did. But it's almost like a psychological trick. You know what I mean? Like, I basically tricked everyone into thinking they were kicked out, when really, if they wanted to be back, they could be.
Yeah.
So I'm just admitting that I was fucking with y'all. And I just needed to know who's actually down, who actually wants to do something.
And see, and that's another reason why I feel like even at this point we keep it small. Like, there's a few other people that we think about that like we want to bring in as admins that would make like you know, running some of the pages a little bit easier on us. But we're basically all local people, or a couple of them are local or deeply connected people. I feel like it's just the more you depend on other people, the less that's going to get done. Right? If it's the three of us right now, and we know that every Friday or every Saturday we're getting together to do a show, then we didn't have to worry about anybody else doing a show.
Well, also the flip side of the coin is that some people, they want to be a part of it, but they also want to build their own channel, right? So they want to do things on their own channel, and I respect that. So it's like, if anybody was like trying to do shit on their own channel instead of Carnival Spirits, I can't diss them for that, because legit, I want them to have success on their own channel. And who am I to say, hey, you shouldn't do that, you know? So it's very touchy because it involves, like, I don't know, like a following, or it's just weird when you I don't know how people feel. All I know is I've always ever tried to connect with Juggalos in any way I can. And that's why I did Juggalo Takeover. I basically looked at everybody. I was like, all right, instead of inviting people to join Carnival Spirits, how about I come up with a gimmick where you guys take over our channel for just the month or the week, and you submit something. And that way, if our subscribers like you, they'll go sub to you.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. If we ever get to a following like that, that's what we would love to offer, because really that's what we try to do then too. I mean, with most of the people that we work with outside of just like are people who don't have their own channel, so then we promote them on our channel or try to bring them onto our channel. Like James Fiend is someone who I would love to host his own show on our channel because he doesn't have his own channel, you know?
Oh, shout out to James Fiend. That motherfucker's been following fucking Carnival Spirits. I've seen him in my feed and liking shit forever, dude. That dude's the shit.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I have no idea who he is. I've never seen him before, but you guys actually got him as a fucking guest.
Yeah, he's a close homie of ours, man. We all rock custom gear of his. We've had
the man behind the mask.
Yeah, he's he's a close homie of ours.
Earlier, while he was in the room, he offered to
get you some
make
clothes,
some threads for BstMstr.
Yeah, he offered to make some clothes for you too, man.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Go look back in the chat. He said he hooked you up.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a close homie of ours that we met through this, but that we would love to have like be an admin. But he does his own type of thing, for his art and stuff. But he doesn't have a YouTube channel. But we'd like to have him either have a show on our channel or run as an admin on our page, to help him push himself. But then he also brings
a smile to my face when I saw you guys promoting special guest James Fiend. I was like, wow, you guys are actually putting like real juggalos on. Not just celebrities, real juggalos.
We got lucky when Devro hit us up, asked to be on the show. We did hit up Chunk, and because we're cool with Chunk or whatever. But everybody else, it's like we really just want to have juggalos on the show. That's why we want to have you on the show. We want to have Scotty on the show.
Devereaux is a juggalo. Like I remember Don Chaos. Yeah. He came with Don Chaos interviewed Devereaux on Carnival Spirits like a year ago or whatever. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, who's Devereaux? That's me. Like, cause I got my head in the ground. Like, I didn't know. And then I found out because Don Chaos put me on. He educated me. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, damn, Don Chaos, look at you scoring interviews like that. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to talk to him as a juggalo who's then got to work with the gods now. He was talking about he talked to us about working with ICP and how him and Violent J put together fucking Game Over and all that shit. So it was really cool to have, but for us that was like a celebrity on the show. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when Stir Crazy, Stir Crazy, a few beats off of the Tempest, right? And what was it like? I'm gonna fuck it up, but didn't he do if I was a serial killer and something off of Psychopathics from Outer Space Part 3? I want to say.
I don't know what tracks he did on the Tempest. I don't think it was If I Was a Serial Killer though.
No, I'm wrong on that, aren't I?
I'm not. I'm trying to find right now.
Well, my point is that Stir Crazy, it's like that's how I discovered him because he did for ICP, right? But then when I looked into Stir Crazy shit, I was like, oh damn, I'm enjoying a lot. So in other words, when somebody fucks with Psychopathic, all of a sudden they're on my radar. I'm checking them out, and all of a sudden I'm a fan. So all it takes is one fucking connection, and. That's why when I see somebody who does something fresh, all I want to do is pay it forward and let y'all know, hey, here's something fresh. Y'all should check it out. Like my girl La Perp. She's got a dope ass single that was mixed by Straight Jacket, and it's like Straight Jacket fucking mixed the fucking Fearless Fred Fury.
Fearless Fred Fury, yeah.
Song, hop in. It's dope. Like,
yeah, hell yeah, that's the shit. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, man. Again, dude, it's been so dope talking with you, man. I hope that we're lucky enough to have our paths cross and we could actually sit down and have these same conversations, soon, man. We missed you at the gathering last year. It would have been super dope if we could have linked at the gathering last year. Hopefully there's a gathering sometime within our near future, man.
There won't be, but in the future. I'm just
dude, I fucking, you're like, hey, straight up, motherfuckers don't know. TJ sent me this message. I was like, hey, man, I don't want to be a killjoy talking any of this crazy shit in the show or whatever, but he's told us multiple times that fuck 2020, nothing's happening. So you guys remember that shit, that we try to be positive about this shit. He's just trying to tell us the blunt truth,
Keep being positive. Expect the worst, hope for the best. That's all.
Hey, I hear you, bro. That's what you got to do every day, for sure. Yeah. I know, man. Again, like I was saying, it's been super dope. I think our crews need to do a lot more together. I want to get on a show with Don Chaos. I want to get on a show with Scotty. You do something and let us come on there. Actually ask us the questions that we don't ever get to get asked about. What we
need to do next is I do live streams now. I do just short live streams that go to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. and I would love to get any three of you, like maybe separately. I'll do a feature featuring each one of you in a different episode, and we'll just chop it up for like 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like a short fucking, like we'll come up with something, a topic to talk about, and we'll just go out there and we'll fucking bust it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, we're always down with whatever, man. I know whether it be singly or you bring us on to whatever stream. It's definitely really cool for all of us. Us being some of the original members of this whole thing. We fucked with you since you were back on our website. That you might have forgotten now, but I'm glad you remember us and show us love these days.
Well, I only forgot because it was many years.
It was, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Once you guys said it, I was like, oh yeah, Midwest United Juggalos. Of course I remember. Like I do remember. It's just, so much has happened there's so much going on. The Juggalo Underground is so vast, man. There's so much going on. And that's why I love being a YouTuber, because there's never a lack of things to talk about if you are willing to talk about the little things that are happening.
Yeah. Surprisingly, even all this shit, we've had a nonstop flow of stuff to talk about. Where we've still done a stream or two almost every weekend, and most of them have been pretty long. I think this is one of our longest ones now, going on about 3.5 hours.
It's definitely the
Serious?
longest
That's how long
Yeah.
we're talking?
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the Joker's Gallery. I saw his comment. You just put up on the screen. Yo, that motherfucker is cool as shit. Everything he's been doing, from his documentaries about Halla Wicked, his 20 and 17, his fucking Jekyll, Jake and Jack fucking. Dude.
With that, I think that was like, really, that was one of the most like in all the shit that we do. Yeah, in the YouTube community, that was like the first like big leap that I took, and I saw him post something about it, or I saw you guys retweet his post. Yep. So I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, bro, I mean, I have this that was the first time I ever saw ICP, so I have this awesome story that I wanted to share anyway with everybody."
Your story was dope, man. And I actually went all out. I went into my fucking, I opened up my closets and I went digging through all my fucking shit. I pulled out everything from 1999 and I put it all out on my table, and I used my GoPro and I fucking filmed it all. And I went all out for that shit, because I was like, dude, I saw what he did for the Halla Wicked documentary, and I'm like, if I have an opportunity to be in his next documentary, I want to fucking floss the fuck out. Like,
that's the same way I thought too. And like, no matter what, I was like, well, I'm going to film this. I'm going to film the scene no matter what. If it's either going to go on our channel or like, I didn't know how this shit worked. I didn't know if there was going to be like 1,000 juggalos that sending their shit in. So I was like, maybe my shit won't get picked. It's just fucking Bobby Blaze telling his story. That doesn't mean anything to anybody but me.
Juggalos. He had like 75% like juggalos that I co-signed, and there were a couple of people in his documentary that I'd never heard of before, but I really enjoyed their content. So I actually got to know a few new ninjas because of his documentary. I fucking love that shit. I actually have a copy. I got the CD, the DVD, and the poster and all that, and he tagged the back. I mean, I got nothing but love for that dude, man. Joker's Gallery, shit. Yeah. Like whatever he does next, stupid to sleep on him, because he's got fucking dope tactics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anything else that I mean, because when I first saw the other stuff, like the Halla Wicked one, and I was like, man, if I could be part of this is awesome. And then to get MUJ's name out in there also in this documentary was really cool, and it turned out great. I bought the DVD, the poster. We gave the poster away actually in one of our giveaways, because that was some rare Juggalo shit that somebody else should have in their house then also, you know what I'm saying?
I made a time lapse. I made a time lapse video of me wearing my Batman fucking underwear, and I was just like putting it on the wall, and I sped it up. And actually, this is the wall. I actually dismantled my Juggalo wall last week because, I got a sink over here because I have a small apartment, and my sink was flooding, so I had water damage. I spent 3 days bailing out my sink, black fucking water with like rocks and compost coming out of my pipes. Oh, dude, my landlord is like fucking, like kill a motherfucker. Like, I'm going to be getting like fucking a discount on rent next month because of this shit. Because I lost 2 days of work. Fucking I'm on the second floor of my apartment building, and because of what I did, I saved them from fucking hella water damage because my son was coughing up fucking black sludge like it was a fucking drunk chick at the prom or something.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Started, dude. But yeah, so because of the water damage, I had to get everything out of this room, and I just decided to like completely renovate the room, and I'm still in the process of like redesigning. I mean, I only had that wall covered for the sake of live streaming anyways. I was just like, hey, I'll make this a big fucking collage in the background.
Something cool to look at in the background, yeah.
It just felt like because of the fact that my whole place was disheveled with water damage, it needed change. So I decided to fucking change it up. And, right now I'm going with the minimalistic, one poster. But in the meanwhile, dude, right now my whole life is upside down with everything that's happening and me being an essential worker. I gotta say that something like this going live with you guys is like a much needed connection with real motherfuckers that I really needed this, guys. I really did. It's been
that's why we've been doing these streams, man, because I feel like us as homies, we definitely needed it, but we know that everybody else does too. Like James, that's James Fiend right now talking his comments on the screen. We've been doing it for
James Forrest's Fiend.
Yeah,
right on.
We've been doing this because, like, man, so many, like, no matter what, and like us being essential workers, like we don't get to take that like time to really like, oh, this is serious. You know what I'm saying? We got to go out there every fucking day, so it's stress on both ends. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with our regular real world shit, but then this fucking bullshit's going on then too. So I feel like this is the most normality we get to have now is sitting here talking to each other.
I feel so normal right now, just chilling with you guys. Like,
right, dude.
Yeah, and I was trying to. I just a month ago I started coming back. Like I've been kind of like, MIA for a while because I've been going through personal shit. But it's like once I finally got back on the horse and started doing some live streaming again, all of a sudden the world goes to hell. So. It'd be different if I was in quarantine. I had nothing to do but live stream, but that's not the case. Like, I'm fucking hectic busy,
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping I'm going to try to do at least on my 2 weeks. I'm going to, my son's out of school, so I'm going to try to spend whatever time I can with him. If the days are nice,
you're going to spend your time on TikTok doing that fucking.
Yeah, I'm going to learn the Ouija Max shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I'm gonna try. Hey, everyone who's watching right now, if you guys watching people play video games, I'm gonna fucking take over the TeamMUJ Twitch. I'm gonna play.
We're gonna go up on Twitch now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some Twitch things. Then that'll be like it'll be like half show of me talking shit, and then me playing Grand Theft Auto or some other games.
I'm pretty sure that my next move is going to be joining Pornhub. So if you guys want to watch me fuck fat chicks, that's where I'll be.
We were talking about today our friend and Webmaster Baker. We had him on the show last week also to talk conspiracies. He works for this big company, and they handle like. I guess like cybersecurity, and they're a hub for a bunch of servers. They're a cloud hub, and he says that he found out yesterday that he's been hosting like 12 petabytes of Pornhub's server system right now. And I was like, he said something about getting paid for basically per tug on Pornhub, basically. And I was like, I got some videos on there also that you're getting paid per tug.
On the real though, if you guys want to watch me pull my pud, it's a $50 lifetime subscription on Snapchat, just like Blase Rose. It's just
Blase Rose. Oh shit!
Nice.
Blase Rose seems to be doing pretty good on all that, so we'll see. We'll hopefully.
I'm not talking to you three. I'm talking to the ladies watching.
Okay,
ladies, subscribe right now.
Yeah, right. You hear that? Hell
Shout out
yeah,
to
get BstMstr through the quarantine by checking out his
I mean,
premium.
don't get me wrong. If you guys want to subscribe too, that's fine with me.
I mean,
Hey, we will just to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll
subscribe.
then we'll screenshot your pictures like people are doing to Blase and post them online for free, so you don't have to pay.
You know what? Fucking bad publicity.
For sure, dude.
Oh yeah! Hey, shout out KJ Riddle, shout out Fat Jesus, fucking everybody who's tuned in tonight, man. Our homeboy James Fiend, you guys are the shit. You guys like, I mean, realistically, we probably do this to talk to nobody, but you guys are the reason why we know that like we're not alone in this shit, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real fucking good.
Shout out to Fiend. Shout out to Joker's Gallery. Shout out to everybody who was here earlier when we were ignoring. Shout out to fucking all those motherfuckers for real.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap it up at 3.5 hours. But man, like,
good 3.5 hours though.
Yeah, dude, it went by quick as fuck. For real, dude. I feel like Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan's wrapping up, like, bro, we talked for 3 hours. You know, that's some good shit. You know,
dude.
I got some family shit to take care of before the end of the.
By the way, I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan. I watch his shit all the time. I cherry pick though because I'm not interested in the MMA shit. So I'm always watching like the comedians or the scientists or the world travelers. Like I look at the descriptions. But I watch a lot of Joe Rogan. I really do.
I basically fuck with like podcasts all the time. When I'm at work, if I can, then all I do is listen to podcasts, and I feel like that's helped me out a lot in the shit that we do here. That's why I'm so focused on no dead air.
Oh, man, I can tell. I really recognize you guys got the it factor. I love you, motherfuckers. Yo, let's not drag it out anymore. You can end it. It's cool. Yo, I gotta say, fucking TeamMUJ is the atom bomb. Motherfucker, I love you guys and everybody watching for real. Yo, I'm fucking BstMstr from Carnival Spirits. You guys are fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah, we love you, dog. Thank you for coming out to the show. We love Carnival Spirits. We love BstMstr. We love everybody in the motherfucking chat room today, tonight, whenever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? You guys follow our Twitch channel. Maybe I'll even do it on YouTube just for the fuck of it because we have more people there. But we want to fucking keep you guys entertained during all this bullshit. Deal with the motherfucking. We're dealing with the struggle with you guys. Once it's all over, we'll be back here with new weekly web shows. Man, hey, straight up again, thank you for coming to the fucking show, dog. We appreciate it. Line us up for something for you too. We'll come over to your show, whether it's singly, whether it's all of us. You just let us know, man. You know we're fucking.
We'll talk. We'll get it popping soon.
For sure.
TeamMUJ, stay in the room just for a minute. Hey, BstMstr, man, we fucking love you, bro. We'll see you next time, man.
Yo, Matt Murderous, keep it real, motherfucker. Jiggy Fresh, you the man. Bobby Blade,
bro.
Real. All right, I'm out. You guys are the shit.
Much love, sir. Thank you, man.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, bro.
Much love, bro.
Hell yeah. Yo, shout out to everybody. Hell yeah, dude, that was fucking dope as fuck, man. Hey, man, I love all you guys in the room. Hey, you guys, for real, man. I know we haven't talked a whole bunch this week. I fucking love you guys. Keep your guys' heads up. Shit's rough. Luckily, I'm gonna have a little bit of time to fucking kind of decompress over the next 2 weeks. If you guys need anything, get at me. Let's play some video games online. Jiggy Fresh, buy fucking Grand Theft Auto Online so we can play, dog. They got that fucking they got that platinum edition right now, $20, and they'll give you $1 million to start in game. Hook you up, you know what I'm saying? Let's play live or whatever. Matt Murderous, go steal fucking Irwin's Grand Theft or Mortal Kombat, and let's play. But either way, man, we fucking love you guys. I love you guys too. Let's you guys have a fucking good one. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Happy Easter to all you motherfuckers. Man.
Hey, bro, I did another one of those Bobby Blaze challenges. I just finished 40 days and none of my favorite snacks. So that was fucking wild as fuck.
You got about an hour to go, bud.
No, it was today. It was the end of it, right? Or do I have to make it? Do I have to make it all the way through today?
No, you still got a whole hour, bro.
Oh shit! All right, well, cool. I haven't broke it yet. Then. Cool.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I gave up anything.
I think you're right though. But I thought I just had to make it through yesterday, but I haven't broke it yet either way.
Regardless, good shit.
Hell yeah! Much love, guys. We'll be back again with another stream as soon as we can. We'll be on Twitch at least maybe throughout the rest of the week. Jiggy Fresh, what do you work this week?
I'm on days this week, bud.
Well, maybe we could get together throughout the week, like Wednesday for after like an 8 o'clock stream or some shit. All right. Hey, much love,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. We love you guys. Team MUJ in the motherfucking house. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.
You. Hey.
Boom. Hey, you guys.